Okay, so has it started? It's still saying I have 145. Oh my God. Can you see my icon? Jesus Christ. Okay. So the countdown has already started, right? Okay, well, here we go. Let me say hi to people I haven't. TT, this is so much fun. Just a YouTuber. Susan, how is the sound? Is it too loud, too soft? No, blank screen. I'm talking about, BHB. Okay, but not too loud, Sassy? You never saw the countdown? Okay, so here we go. Oh, wait. Damn it. I do this right. Okay.
Are you coming to get me? Some big bad wolf to fetch me. I've been staging a protest, swapping guns for roses. Resorted to reverie, campaigners for liberty. Here to render a legacy. We are the dreamers and the party queens. I just wanna be myself for a day.
This is a worldwide case.
Okay, how is that so far? Everybody hear that? Can y'all hear me? Okay, so you just saw the beginning play, right? I don't want to yell. And then I paused it. And I don't know what you're seeing right now. Okay.
Nothing telling us that we need to have 3 attorneys and a plethora of experts.
Plethora. It's not plethora. It's plethora.
On his A team.
Okay, what she's bitching about right now is she thinks Kohlberger has the A team with the public defender and Taylor. And she's jealous because when on all her trips to jail and all her court cases, she had garbage for public defenders. So she's being really snarky about that and still has feels about it. Go ahead, Benny.
We're not required to give him an A team. That's not what we're required to do here in the United States of America. We're here to provide him proper counsel. That is all we are required to provide.
Which is exactly what is being provided. Ann Taylor is a public defender. So, and she's been a public defender. And she's also a death penalty attorney. One of, I think, don't get me lying, I think there's like 15 in the whole state of Idaho. And so she was the closest, as well as already there as a public defender. Sorry, I had paused it.
Do you think whenever I had to use a public defender, do you think I got the A team? No, I feel duped. I feel cheated. Thank God I've never been on you know, I've never had a fight for my life. I'm not stupid enough and kill people.
Okay, I'm going to read the comments for a minute just to see so far. Okay. Everything's good so far, right? Here we go.
Right?
Right.
I don't do that.
I'm sorry. I paused while I was recording this.
But if I was sitting in jail right now on a capital offense and I saw this Yahoo, this thing getting an A-team while I'm sitting in solitary confinement begging my piece of garbage, you know, public defender.
Can you believe that? I want to look up all the public, because she had public defenders in every case I saw. Not saying every one of them was, but every case I saw, she claimed indigent and was awarded a public defender. So I just kind of like to see where they are today. The ones that she's calling garbage. Such a bitch. Okay. Go ahead, babe.
To file a motion for discovery? You know, I would be highly offended. I would be upset.
Would you not be more upset that you're going to be on trial for killing someone, like 4 people? I don't know.
I would be screaming bloody murder. I would be raising 14th Amendment issues.
No fucking doubt, Betty. No doubt you would be raising hell in the jail cell, even after you've killed someone, allegedly.
I would be demanding the same A-team that Brian Koberger has. Record request that I got obviously made me have a couple more questions. You know, obviously I had questions related to the large document requests I want. By the way, if you guys would like to help.
Okay, so she's talking about these documents. What do you see on the screen right now? Hello? Hi, Concrete. What do you see on the screen right now? You can't type what you see? Okay, so I'm just pausing it because on StreamYard, it's weird. When I come back to look at comments, which anybody that does StreamYard knows, I have to come away from the tab. Anyway, so here she's going to talk about all the document requests that she's done. $700 worth of document requests. And I haven't seen her, like I went back up to the point, I think, where she went to West Palm Beach. And I didn't see her reading off any documents, any documents that you couldn't get from the document dump. We would even want, no matter how much. Excellent, do not contact written. Thank you. Okay, go back to it. Remember, this is a test drive.
Sponsor. Again, it was over $300. I already gave them like.
I'm going to call bullshit, allegedly, maybe, in my opinion, that you've spent that much money on documents over there on the side that where your antiquated computer, printer used to be. Those papers have looked like that for days. So I don't know if you just scattered a bunch of crap around, but why are you buying documents that aren't going to make any difference right now?
$89 at the beginning of June, and then I just had to drop another $234 on these documents, as well as videos. I've got to reinitiate the download of the videos because I was at almost 7 gigabytes.
7 gigabytes. Okay, well, on the website, it says that if the videos are more than a certain gigabytes. If they're too large, they will email them to you. And so you don't download them from the website. But I guess no, I'm sorry, I lied. You have to get them on a disk through snail mail. So you would just, put the disk or the flash in and play it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what happened. That's what the website says.
And it still wasn't done yet. But if you would like to help with those costs of it, I've already expended the cost. So
put a 1 in the chat if you believe that, just, for fun, that she spent that.
If you would like to give $1 or $2 toward them, I'd greatly appreciate it. You can send it to any of my Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal.
$8,000.
Yep. And that's just off 2 videos. Like I
So now she's talking to Mab. Did y'all put a 1? Did you hear me say put a 1? 2. So now she's talking to Mab, called in. Mab is the one she went and met at Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, I think. And they're talking about how much the documents are. How many people are in here? Where do I see that? I don't know where I see that. I don't even know. Lord. Okay, back to it.
I just dropped I've already spent close to $700 in document requests from Moscow so far.
Okay.
They're expensive.
I gotta learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm waking up,
So
Chad. I'm waking up.
Yeah, I've been doing it for so long because
Yeah. Now get a load of this. She's been doing it for so long. I don't know if you all remember. It was maybe, I think it was during Kylie Rodney that she was telling everybody that the courthouse was going to email her because she's part of the media, and she showed this email that like everybody else got, but asked them to alert them. And then she said something about the records. Anyway, she thought she was like special. It turns out she did a FOIA request. She had not done FOIA request prior to that. I'm saying that's alleged, but if you go back and watch my video, it's pretty apparent she had never done one before. But go ahead, Betty.
I was doing it for the political stuff. So, turning the document request, we just apply the same rules just for these cases. So.
Most of that is public record. Like, I think you're doing FOIA requests for things you could just probably download yourself.
It was an easy transition.
Okay.
At least, yeah. So
I believe.
Obviously, I'm not alone. There are other people, other legal experts out there that, and I don't position myself as a legal expert in the slightest. I'm a paralegal. I work for attorneys. I understand the process. You're
not a paralegal unless you're working for an attorney. Right this moment, you are not a paralegal. Even if you went to paralegal school, you are not at this moment a paralegal.
That's what I understand legalese. I understand what I'm reading, but far from an expert.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, this really got to me, and then this portion will be over. But this really got to me because just the way she, in my opinion, thinks about her little sister who became a journalist, like at the same time all the Gabby Petito stuff started. And this is her mom on the phone. And she's going to talk about her little sister. And it just, wow, cannot believe it.
Call your baby sister. She went to New York. But please call her.
I don't have time to do it today. I'll try to get to her this week, but within the week. But I've been so slammed. It's hard. I don't even have hardly time to see you or call you.
It's kind of important. Okay. All right. I love you.
All right, Mom. Have a great day. Thank
you.
Bye. Love you.
I love everyone. Bye bye.
I don't know where I'm supposed to get all this time. Like I understand everybody's life is important. I just don't have time. I don't have time. Like my phone literally goes off all day long, and I'm sitting there. I can only do my even text messages and messengers. I can only do it certain times.
That's unreal to me. I always, if you've ever lost a sibling like I have, they want you to call them, even if you take 3 minutes, because I don't want to cry. I traveled to see, I'm not even going to talk about it anyway, and that's too much personal information anyway, but always call them. No matter how busy you think you are, because it might be the last time you talk to them. And she just can't be bothered. I wonder why. Let's see.
Times a day because I'm just I'll call Sissy, Mom. I'll call Sissy. Okay. Just when you're on the phone with me, just throw it up. Just tell me what it is so I don't have to make the call. I'm a busy woman over here.
So much trouble.
I'm heading on a road trip at the moment and kind of excited about it.
Leaving Key West, and I was driving. I'm not quite. I'm not out of Key West yet, so I haven't made it to Key Largo or Big Pine Island or Pine Key or whatever it is. And as I was driving, I saw this spot where I could stop and just take it all in.
She's probably so selfish. I don't know if that's selfishness or, gosh, sister with a real job. I don't have time for you. Okay, so now it's back to over here. You know what I don't get about the laughing who said that way? Damn. Whitey Ducky is she's got the weirdest laugh. Like it's a learned thing. Like you can I can't laugh without something to laugh about. Okay, she was absolutely. Hey, Veritas. Let's see who else. Plattsburgh Boots. Should I try to do, hey, Constant, Catherine, Electro, Makeup Mobster, hey, Tammy, Crazy Nurse. I'm afraid I'm going to play this back and my voice is going to be super loud. Yeah, she laughs. I mean, it's like, and it's always the same cackle. Like I've never seen her laugh like she means it. I don't think she can. I don't know. Allegedly, maybe, could be. Y'all are being so nice. I'm so proud. I agree, Peggy. What's good? Makeup? Hills makes us. Oh, thank you. Should I do not about it all? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not loud. So why don't, if y'all want to ask me questions, nothing like to do with, you know what, because to be honest, there's nothing going on there because she kind of made a mistake. First life, yay, yes. High love story. Claudia runs with scissors, bare for love. Her laugh, you can tell, is enjoyable. Hey, Rambo. Ninny. Can y'all tell me how many people are in here? And where I might see that? I think that's why people get more than one screen. I'm not ready for another screen. 434. Wow. Oh, now I have to be interesting. What can we talk about? I did. Did anyone see the story about the guy that I guess he got mad at his wife and took off with their baby? That was maybe 6 months old and he crashed into a house. It was awful. Wish I could find, I don't know. I got a new laptop and I haven't been able to figure out how to transfer everything over. I forget the guy's name, but it was awful. Some Oh, wait. Some creators use their phones for chat. Well, yeah, if I was going to try to do that, but I'm not sure what I click on over here. No, see, it starts over. No, stop. I don't know. That part I'll have to figure out. But you can't really test it live unless you're, live. Top left of my screen. No. Oh, yeah, it is right there. Thank you, Minka. So anyway, did anyone hear about that story? Comments. Okay. Nonsense. Yay. Whatever you are using right now looks really good and sounds great. Thank you. My voice is a little weird because it always is. But Boston. Hey, does anybody want to come up? And I don't know what we would talk about or even how to give you a link, but we could try it. I would have had more today. I just wanted to kind of test this. So I won't be offended if you leave because you're bored. Let me see. Invite. Copy. Can I put it in chat? Okay. Did that work? Yay. Let's see. I don't even know how many people can come up here actually, or how I let you in. Where will you be? I did this with Queen, but oops, it's gone. Okay, let me do it again. Paste. And then I think I can go to my phone, but there's nothing. There's no live on my phone. I don't know what the hell. Can I write you a bad chat? Sure. How much do you want it for? And what an odd thing to say. I actually haven't had checks, and it's weird to even see someone write a check. You should pop up right under the screen on the bottom left. Okay, so has anybody popped up yet? Nope. Yeah, checks are weird. Hey, Danny. Kate the Great. Same as you. Wow, these go by weird. Hi, Heartland. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, I should have had more prepared. You haven't? Well, Sassy, I mean, and you don't have to show yourself at all. Like you can put your thumb or whatever. But don't porn. What is it called? Bombing? Yeah, Kiki, that's the thing is I'm so glad I did what I did before my sister passed. She was my baby. And Deets, oh my God, thanks. Okay, so I'm going to add you to the stream. Woohoo.
Hello, you're doing so great.
Thank you. I'm so glad you came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing with Betty, that just really, I don't know if you have brothers and sisters or whatever. We're not going to talk about that. I'm just saying anyone that's passed that you maybe didn't talk to because you were too busy or, that's just, I feel bad for anything could happen, and then you live with, like I call my mom, even when I'm like, oh my God, I can't, I just keep, okay.
You have this regret for sure. Like, I've never lost a sibling, praise the Lord, but
Yes.
when you do lose loved ones and then you realize some of that stuff is petty, right? And so when you have your sister or your mom saying, reach out to your sister, you would just do it because you might
Just
miss
for
out
5
on those
minutes.
moments going forward. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and it seems like you don't have the time, but you do.
Yep.
Um,
You can, and you should make it. But I was going to tell you, so when you
oh,
drop your invite link into chat, the only way I know how to do it is to go over on my phone and then click on that link on my phone and pin it. And then you can pin it in the
right,
comments.
but I don't see my stream on YouTube.
I didn't either until I went to, for some reason, and maybe it has to, I don't know why, maybe it has to do with monetization, I don't know what, but I had to actually click on your whole channel and then I saw that like then I could find your live. Like normally
Oh,
when you just, type in a person's name, their live will pop up
right.
first, but I
Let me
had to go
see. Oh, there it
in
is. You're so smart. That's why we pay you $40.
and right. Type in a person's
Okay,
name,
so
their
but I
live
have
will
to
pop up.
pause that. Okay.
Yeah, mute that.
Oh God, I've lost my stylus. Oh my God.
So then just post your invite link again.
Okay, well, hold on. Seriously, if I don't have my stylus, I can't do anything. Okay. Well, that sucks. So I'm gonna go. Well, how do I get my link? Oh, how do I get my link?
I'm trying to remember. So on StreamYard, it
Oh
says
no, I know
invite.
how to get the link, but how
Oh,
do I get it over to my phone?
you can paste it in the chat right there on StreamYard. You see where the comments are, and you have a chat box right there
Uh,
at the bottom. Put it in there, and then I think there's like a little arrow next to it. Click it, it'll send it through.
okay. Are you fucking kidding me? I cannot believe I lost my. I never lose it because I'm married to it. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So do it here. And I've used my phone so long.
I know
It's
it's
weird.
a game changer doing it on a computer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Okay. So I put it there. Okay. Now I got to
Okay, now
get it.
go to your phone and find your comment
Ah,
and then click on it like you're trying to add a mod or something, but click on it and you can pin it.
no, go back. Okay. Stop. Everybody stop chatting.
Y'all stop talking.
Stop talking. It's not working. It's just taking. Oh, jeez. It's taking me to StreamYard.
You have to like click on it on the side so that you're not actually hitting the link itself.
Oh.
Um, so that you're hitting, like the side
Oh.
of it. And
And
I
then I
think,
pin it, right?
yep, yep.
I was trying to copy it because I'm an idiot and didn't hear listen. Yeah, I
You're
was
not
trying
an
to copy
idiot.
it. Okay.
You should have seen me I think it was just like 3 days ago trying to figure out how to put a poll on my dang channel. That was exhausting to find. It was weird.
Yeah, I thought I kind of had it down, but
Oh, they said you got it pinned. Yay.
yay. Now, when sharing the screen was very odd because,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm on a laptop, right?
Right.
Because you go over and click on the tab and then StreamYard is gone. And I'm like, but I can't see, like, to mute or to
Yeah, you got to click
whatever.
back. So I know some creators, like bigger ones, I'm not going to do that because I'm not a big creator, but some creators do like two computers so that they can handle running the StreamYard on one and looking at the video they're playing on another. And it just seems like a lot of work, but they do
Yeah,
it.
Burnt Toast has 3.
I bet she does. She
Yeah,
probably
and
does.
she makes it so effortless, it's like
Right.
you have no idea
Exactly.
what a cluster this is.
And then I'm trying to open my studio on my. Okay, so when you first came live, you were talking about your countdown. None of us saw your countdown. So when you
Oh,
click,
because I'm doing it on StreamYard, right?
yeah, you have to do the countdown on StreamYard. So when you clicked go live, so
Uh-huh.
this is how I do it, and others probably have a way better way because I'm still
Okay,
learning all
I
the
got to
things
take
to do.
notes. Hold on, go ahead. Honest to God, I
But
do.
when you hit go live, it's up in the right-hand corner,
Right, I saw that.
and underneath of it is brand, and on brand is where, the countdown is. I don't know if you loaded a special one or if you
Oh,
just wanted to use their 30-second countdown.
okay, so it's under brand. Who knew?
And then you just click that little plus where it says show, and then that plays your countdown.
And do you do that before the live? I mean, does it schedule it?
No, I have to do. I start it like I hit go live, and then like I have that ready and waiting right below it. And as
Ah.
soon as I hit go live, then I click the countdown button. I don't know if that's how others do it or not.
Oh, okay. So I could do my song instead. Like I could just, like I
Yeah,
did.
so you can load your song up there under that video clips. It'll say add video clip. You can just load your song into that box, and then it's waiting for every stream you do.
Now, where does it say video clips?
Under the brand, there's comments, banners, brand, private chat, all on the right. You see that?
Okay, I had to open it. Duh.
Mhm.
Okay. And so you can just add clips for later?
Yep, you can add that clip for,
Sure.
that's where my countdowns are stored. Queen, I saw that. I was in your live just not yesterday. I missed that one because it was late. The one before that, ma'am.
Okay. Is she here?
Yeah, she said I won't come
Okay.
on her channel anymore. I'm like, I was in there just the other day in the
Yeah,
pool.
I saw you. Okay,
Um,
so that's where that is.
yeah, it's under. So there's what is it? There's the. Are you doing the free version or the paid
Yes, I'm doing
version?
the free for now.
Okay, so you can have I think 6 people up here when it's free, and I don't know if you can add video clips when it's free or not. I don't know that.
Hey, Queen. Woohoo!
Hey, Queen.
That's
Hey, what's
awesome.
happening?
So you can add those clips and like when nobody's on the stream, you're saying you can't play
Yeah.
them?
So you can come
Well,
into
I
your
was gonna say, I
studio.
think,
Go,
are you
go ahead.
talking about adding stuff, love? Are you like,
Well, she was telling me under brand where it says, I don't want to, because I screwed up a minute ago, but it says add clips or it's got a place for clips. And then that's where you would put your
Like her intro.
yeah,
intro.
that's where I was telling you yesterday. When you go over to the side and you see, they have like, here, I'll go into mine while I'm talking to you real fast, but it has,
Yeah.
like the different step where you go over to the side, it's got the different areas. Like there's recordings where you can do intros, like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
what I was
30
telling her.
second
It's
clip.
under video clips.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Can you do that on the free version? That's what I did. I wasn't
I
sure of because
don't
like
think so, but I
I
don't know for
pay.
sure.
I don't know what's on the free StreamYard. So
Oh,
Now, see
if you don't,
the free one. Okay, so logos. I don't
fine.
think you can do logos if you have like the free one. I don't think because your logo
yeah,
is up in the right hand corner where that little duck's
Right.
at, where it says powered by StreamYard.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you told me
so
a
that's
bunch
where I
of,
put my little prison bee, my little bee with this, like it's got the little blunt, and it's got the bars, or it's got the, like we have the different ball and chain, the one that's got like the angry one, like it's got the different bees. That's what we put up
Mhm.
in the corner. But I don't know. Do you have overlays on yours too? Because that's what I always put up an overlay before I let somebody come on panel if I don't know who they are, because they like to peen bomb.
yeah, not on mine. I don't think. Where would I find it?
You
Under brand.
Right?
yeah, no, you
It'd be
won't,
under.
Queen,
Okay, I
until
won't.
you have a paid version. Because my first StreamYard, I did, I just did the free version, just like Heels, and that was one thing that was not on there. And I was like, oh crap, if I'm gonna keep doing lives, then I'm gonna go ahead and pay just so I
Yeah,
can have that overlay. Because you want to be able to put, and you can
you got
do
to protect
anything.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Well, y'all need to hit the Cash App then.
that's
I'm like,
right.
there's so much
Matter of fact, I'm
crap
so
you
glad
pay
you
for.
finally took the plunge and made one. I'm like, if you don't make one, I'm gonna make one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of people asking me, so
Well, I think people don't realize that even if you're just running a very small channel or a channel where you're just doing lives and stuff, there's a lot of money that goes into it, like your StreamYard fees
Oh
and
my
things
gosh,
like
yeah.
that. So it's definitely,
the music apps,
things
the
that
editing
cost.
apps. I think I
Well, yeah,
have
and
All the
it helps. Like
apps.
I said, it definitely does. Matter of fact, I need to like the mods and stuff. If you're gonna be going live, we need to get your links and stuff. Like we need to get your PayPal. Or you, well, I guess you don't. If I don't know if you have a PayPal link or not, but even like your Cash App link, and so we can rotate it through the chat. You know how
She's got it on a banner.
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
girl.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
I
like
check
really
you
all
like
out,
set
doing
up.
that.
Look at
baby.
her go.
Yeah, you taught me that or I think it was last
Did
week. You
I?
taught-
I've been trying to teach you here and there. I was like,
I know.
I mean, I'm trying to keep up. I mean, like
Well,
I
the
said, I'm
thing is I
spread pretty
write
damn
everything
thin, but I
down.
got y'all.
I write it all down, but then I can't read it. You know,
Oh shit!
we
I was
become
gonna
so
say I should
used to
record. I'll record myself on little clips and start. I
yeah,
can't. We don't have the messenger, so I can't message you like that. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I'm a pretty fast learner, but that's awesome. I
Yeah,
didn't know
you
you
can
could add
enter
clips.
your studio heels when you're not live and just kind of look around, poke around,
Oh,
figure
I've
out
done
all the
that,
things. That's what
girl.
I was
I've done that for 2 weeks, and I look at it and I wake up and I think I'm going live today. I open the computer, I mess around. Okay, I'm going live in an hour. Today is the first day I just
Mhm.
pushed ahead and said,
You're like, I'm doing it. Screw
I'm
it all.
doing it. Yeah, because I've been playing around with it, but some stuff you don't really like. I wouldn't expect to find clips under brand. It wouldn't
Right.
occur to me, Stuff it. So do they are they just like limited clips, 30 seconds?
They can't be longer than 10 minutes
Oh, okay.
and they can't be more than 20 megabytes.
Huh. Well,
Oh
it's
wait, no,
just
that's the
easy.
overlays. Hang on, let me go down to clips.
Oh,
What is the clips is 10 minutes and 200 megabytes. Yeah.
okay. So you can just do because just for different subjects, you could put different ones in there.
Yep.
Did you see that story I sent you this morning, Quinn? I can't get it off my mind. That guy that grabbed his baby and left his, I don't know, girl.
No.
Oh my God. It was so horrible.
What story? I didn't get it, baby. Wait.
I
Tell me
texted
about
it
it.
to you. I texted it to you and he left and he said he's done or whatever, or he's out of here and took I think she was like 8 or 9 months old, put her in the back seat, was running from the police, ran into a house, and it's like he went to the left, like almost like he didn't do it on purpose because he would have hit the one before that. Crashed into the house, and then because the police were chasing him, they were right there, and they found the baby in the back seat bleeding from its head. Which, when you looked at the crash, you thought, how did that happen? And barely breathing, and the guy was unconscious. Well, then it occurred to me, I had to watch like 4 stories on it. They said they found a gun and 2 spent shells in the car. So what he did, and I can't confirm this because they didn't confirm it, but I would assume he shot the baby and then himself.
Oh.
But oh my gosh, anything to do with like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
I don't know.
His name was Crawford, I think. Yeah, I don't know.
I just read an article yesterday about law enforcement. I think it was law enforcement. It might have been fire department, paramedics. I don't remember. Someone came in after a 911 call on a woman who was actively trying to drown her children. And there was only 2 of them that she was trying to drown. And I guess there was 2 others in the household. And they had all tested, the mom and the 2 kids that she was hurting had tested positive for like poison in their system. She had poisoned them. And
Gosh,
I don't get it. Like, how do you get to that point?
I don't know.
It's so bizarre.
I
So
don't know.
bizarre.
I think you have to have either some kind of
Something's
trauma.
flipped.
I think
Yeah.
there's a little bit of entitlement, and I'm not trying to bash men, but men seem to have more of a lack of impulse control when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And if I can't have you, they can't either. Women don't do that as much for whatever reason,
No.
especially to their kids, but it's becoming kind
I
of
think
common.
that's what's so heartbreaking is when you see women, doing that to their children and committing these crimes on their children because it's such a rare thing. It's very, well, it used to be anyway, but like you said, it's getting more and more commonplace. It used to be rare to see women
Well,
hurting
I think they
children.
just called it SIDS. There was a time when they could
Oh,
get
that's
by with
possible.
more. Oh, they fell and hit the table. Or I read about one woman, it's been a while, so I have no real details, but she was from Texas and she killed 8 of her children over a period of about the same amount of years. And they found them everywhere. She finally got caught. and they were finding like babies no one knew she even had, like in her closet. So, I think a lot of stuff back in the day, I think that was like maybe the 40s, they got by with a lot more. I mean, even poisoning was,
Well, yeah,
women poison
because
their
it was
husbands all the time.
harder to detect, and so they were able to get by with it as, pass it off as a different, like a disease or something.
Yeah, he just got sick, like the women that would give him arsenic for like a month. And yeah, he's been sick, but one day he just keeled over, take him away. Even, what was her name? Lizzie Borden. She got by with that, right?
Yeah,
Lizzie, yeah, I think she
for
did.
quite a while. Quite a while. I was looking at that article. It happened in Michigan, and it says that a Michigan mother was taken into custody Saturday after police kicked down the woman's door and found her drowning her 2-year-old daughter in a bathtub. The
God,
dramatic rescue occurred inside the woman's home in Albion, the city's public safety department
Tyson.
said in a statement. It's about 100 miles west of Detroit. The girl, who also had stab wounds in her chest and throat, coughed up water and began breathing after officers gave her CPR. Authorities believe she and her 4-year-old brother, who also had been cut, swallowed cleaning fluid. They were flown to a hospital. Authorities were alerted to the incident after the sibling's 15-year-old sister dialed 911 at 10:30. During the call, authorities heard children screaming and asking for help. The older sister, another
Wow.
8-year-old brother did not appear. So the 15-year-old and the 8-year-old brother did not appear to have been harmed. The 35-year-old mother, who also appeared to have swallowed cleaning fluid, was not identified. She was arraigned Tuesday on charges of assault with intent to murder and child abuse.
And she wasn't identified. Why?
I know. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
see if I can
bullshit.
find what. That's just this article. I don't know if there's another.
Yeah, that happens a lot when, um, I don't even know why. I mean, you or try to kill your kids, you get named,
Right, you should.
Yeah, but a lot of places in the media is real hesitant sometimes to name people.
They might be worried, yeah.
Well, I don't know why. Hey,
Oh, here it is. Jessica Edward Ricks. Jessica Edward Ricks is her
right.
name. It's like a hyphenated last name.
And so she had how many kids? Is somebody trying to get in?
She's
Oh, boss.
35 and she had 4 kids.
Well, that's
So she had a
not that young.
15-year-old, an
A
8-year-old. No, it's
15-year-old?
not. Yeah, 15,
Oh,
8,
goddamn phone. Hold on.
4, and 2.
Oh. Hey, Great Hughes. I'm honored. I'm honored everyone's here. Yeah, I don't know. So we don't know why and so they found out because the kids were screaming.
The 15-year-old, I found another article. It says that the 15-year-old stated that she fought Jessica for the knife and that during the struggle, Jessica attempted to stab her. Afterwards, after she got the knife away from her, she called 911. After,
Like,
okay, at that point, after the 15-year-old got the knife, you could hear her, oh, she was on 911. You could hear her screaming, "Give me the knife." And then Ricks went into the bathroom with the 2-year-old. The 15-year-old got the other siblings out of the house and went to the neighbors for help.
wow. Did y'all hear that?
Wow.
Okay, so what happens if I go to another tab without hitting share screen and I look for something? Will you see me looking for something?
Nope, we won't see it until you share it.
Oh, okay. Because Corey Bigsby, he was
Yeah.
let out of jail. I heard he bonded out.
Yeah, he bonded out. I heard that.
I guess.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Is this Boston up here with us?
He is. Hey, Nikki.
Good Lord, Bob. What are you doing?
What you
Turn my damn
doing?
phone.
He's following me everywhere. Shit.
Man, I was jumping up before you. I just got a phone call first.
I'm gonna go look this up real quick.
What is it, Cody Bigsby? I didn't hear what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Corey Bigsby, his dad, got out of jail.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that coming.
Bonded out.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until I was watching a certain other soap maker talking about it.
That's weird. Somebody
Oh,
came
wait,
in
he was
last night
indicted for
and said
murder?
that, and I thought they were lying. Holy crap.
He was indicted? Wait a minute. I didn't know they had indicted him for murder.
He said, yeah, he indicted him for murder and concealment of a dead body, I do believe.
And he got out.
How much was his bond?
I don't know. Let's see.
It's got to be, I mean, it's 10% of whatever they're going to say, but it's still going to be a lot.
I'm trying to find it because I just heard it. I hadn't looked it up myself either.
Bond. I didn't know he had been indicted.
What up, Tim?
Yeah, he got indicted like a couple weeks ago.
Bond granted. $80,000 bond after a year in jail.
So it was 800. That was, what's 10% of that, right? It's 800,000 then.
Yeah, I think that's what it normally is.
How did he get
Wow.
$80,000 is not that much. You know what I mean? If he's got money.
No, it's not. But I mean, if you know the case, he didn't really come from substantial means, if you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm confused.
Well, there's no telling what all I'm going to show you trying to do this, but here's.
Oh, so you have different options, Heels. You can bring us on the side so that we can see the.
Yep. He's telling you, yeah, he's right. You can put us up to the side, or you can put us on the bottom, or you can do full screen where it doesn't show anything at all.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's the very last one.
Bam.
How's that?
Yep, this is us off to the side, and then if you go to the very last one, it's open and it'll fill the whole screen.
Oh, okay.
The big box.
So he got out. The father of missing Cody, because that certain soap maker with the noodle said, he, I get it, but like, just put him in prison. We know he murdered him, so, lock him up, but we can't do that. But I can't believe so how much was his bond, do you think? 8,000?
80K in the chat.
Wow, how the hell did he get out? He couldn't afford that.
Not only that, that's low for killing someone.
That's what I thought.
And then all his other charges. Granted during a week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Corey Bigsby, the Hampton man charged with murdering 4-year-old son Cody, has been granted $80,000 bond with restrictions. And I think his restrictions are he can only go to only go to the doctor and to see his attorney. I think that's what I was told.
Probably got an ankle bracelet too, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm sure. It was granted during a Wednesday hearing. Here we go. As a condition of his bond, Bigsby will have to be on an electronic monitoring system and will live with his older daughter in Norfolk. He won't be able to leave the home unless he has court or with his doctor or attorney. My dog's snoring again, in case y'all wonder.
Yeah. So he only had to pay 10%, the 8,000 to get out.
Of 800,000 would be 80.
No.
So it was 800.
No, his bond is 80,000. So 10% of that is
$80,000.
Yeah.
What?
His bail would only be to $8,000.
What the hell?
Unless Virginia has something different than most other states.
So just a few weeks ago, he can't contact his other children. How old he has 2 other little ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, how did I've not kept up, but I'm just wondering how they indicted him without. I don't understand how you get out of jail when you're indicted for murder. I mean,
I don't either. I don't think I've ever heard of that. $8,000.
I wonder if it's because they screwed up with the, when they were questioning him, and he said he wanted his attorney, and they said no.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they said that was after he'd already said what they needed him to say, or.
But if they didn't ask him if he would like his attorney present, then that's.
Well, I think they did, but when he said, "Okay, I'm ready now to talk to an attorney," then he'd already said what they needed, right?
Mm-hmm.
about the abuse and all that, not killing him. And then he said she wanted his attorney. So that's why all those charges stood,
Right.
and nothing after he said that.
Huh.
Bigsby attorney argued in court. Okay, wait. Police charged with dozens of counts of child neglect and abuse for leaving his children alone. Those charges are not related to Cody's disappearance. Bigsby's attorney argued in court Wednesday that the strict monitoring, Bigsby would not pose a threat in public. She said because Bigsby does not have a prior criminal record and has cooperated. Really? He does have a prior record, right? The abuse charges. You're not counting those?
I don't.
Regard-
Were
oh,
they
okay.
actual
Regarding the-
charges, or were they just
they
claims
charged him
of
with,
neglect from?
no.
Okay,
He
was
was
it
charged with dozens of counts
Okay.
of child neglect and abuse. That's
Let
what
me
it
look
says
that up.
right there. Those charges are not, though, related to Cody's disappearance.
Oh, you mean the ones with his other from the
Yeah.
other kids in the house? So there was a 5-year-old sibling. Cody was 4. There was a 5-year-old sibling and twins that were 2 that all lived in the house. So what they mean by that statement of prior criminal record is they mean he didn't have a criminal record before this situation.
Before those, but listen, this is about the bond, though, so is he what is he bonding out for? Because she says she argued in court Wednesday that with strict monitoring, Bigsby would not pose a threat to the public. She said because Bigsby does not have a prior criminal record. When was this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. When was this? No,
This
is current.
Yeah.
So
that was the 21st.
Well, I mean, that's current.
Yeah, it is.
So he did have a criminal. I don't understand. I do not. Either charge him for murder and keep him in with restrictions. No, he lives with his kid. More than a year ago, police charged Bigsby with dozens of counts of child neglect and abuse for leaving his other children. I think they had him on video too. Those charges are not related to Cody's disappearance. I already read that. Attorney Anton Bell argued against the bond being granted. He said that because a judge previously denied Bigsby bond several times, just on the child neglect charges, the bond hearing for the murder charge should not be different. You think? There is nobody, but I believe giving him bond would give him opportunity to obstruct any evidence or lead them to it. Bell said to the judge, we're talking about the murder of a 4-year-old, and Bigsby, is a flight risk. The judge sided with the defense, saying he does not see any evidence that Bigsby is a flight risk, nor a threat to himself, the family, or the public, as long as he has strict monitoring. Okay.
How is he not a threat to his family? Okay,
no
go on.
shit.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, no threat to the public. Okay.
Maybe.
These monitoring devices I've seen so many times. I don't know how they get them off, but I've seen it like in articles so many times where they get either out of them or they just don't care. It's like not like someone sitting there watching you 24/7. Willard said, what? You've got a murder charge and you're not going to try to run? He wasn't a flight risk before he was charged with murder.
They denied it so many other times on the neglect charges alone.
Just on the
I can't believe they allowed it now. This is bizarre.
I'm sorry I can't see chat while I'm reading this. He deserved a bond initially. Well, this is late to be arguing all this shit. Took a stand in court saying he would be there to monitor his nephew. Good God. Bigsby has been behind bars since February 3rd, 2022. Oh, that's over a year. It's like way over a year. His bond was denied 6 times. And he's scheduled for a competency evaluation in August. What is going on?
I thought Virginia did things right, according to
This is
things
weird.
we've heard before. Yeah, this is
That's
all.
insane.
He's
And
Oh,
I
he's
can't
put in
believe it
jail
was
with
so
lawsuit.
low for the charges that he had. 80,000 is so. It feels low. Maybe it's
It
not.
is low. It is very low, especially for a child.
Hmm.
I mean,
and
that's
again,
not
it's
that
only
much.
10% of that too, which is, you know what I mean?
Right. It would be 10%.
Hmm.
They say that they're suing him. Or, yeah, I heard he was going to sue them for whatever I said a while ago. I mean, I think
See, that pisses me off. If they didn't do
boxing
their
can
job
probably.
correctly, and now he's gonna somewhat get off on some, you know what I mean?
Well,
Well, that's
you know, it was wrong. They should have. That's his right to ask for an
yeah.
attorney. They already had what they needed,
Unreal.
so you know
Well,
you
it
got to
just goes to show you why they try to do things a certain way, like why they didn't, arrest Leilani when
True.
everyone else thought, oh, arrest her on this probation violation. Well, that could be used later in court. You have to think of the bigger picture of we want to get this person when we want to.
exactly
You got to follow to the letter of the law if you want a conviction.
Yep.
right.
It's
But I
pretty
hope. Hold
simple.
on, my dog is losing her
Because you
mind.
never know if they're going to get a great defense attorney, and sometimes public defenders are even great, so you just got to make sure you follow it all as best you can.
Yeah, because it can be thrown out, and it's like they have one chance to do it right. You know, when they were
Mm-hmm.
wanting Leilani,
Mm.
put her in jail, like they were going to go torture her on a probation violation
Yeah.
to, confess to murder. I mean, that's not the way it's done, but I think Corey, it probably is more dangerous for him being out after that because there were so many people in
There's a
that
lot of
neighborhood.
angry people, yeah.
Remember when they thought they had found his body and all those people were out there?
Oh, is Maven here? Mystery Maven's here. What'd she say?
Oh, I can't. I'm trying to get Queen Bee.
We love Mystery Maven, she said.
She said, "Look,
Oh, that is what sometimes happens with different judges. True. Totally different viewpoints. I have a client at 3. Oh, thank you, Maven. That's
and
true. They got a different, he got a different judge and they gave a different
Yo,
okay,
ruling.
you're on your computer right now.
who me? Yeah,
So if you hit the comments, there'll be private chat and comments.
yeah.
If you click that comments, you'll be able to see the whole chat.
Oh, I see it. It just jumps. Like when I try to go over and move it.
Gotcha.
Um. So, but any judge, it's a murder charge. He's indicted with murder. I've never seen $80,000 that I can think of, and maybe it's because there's nobody.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah. But still, 8K. Everybody has 8K usually, and that's
You
not. You know
can
what I
get
mean?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can
at least
easily get
get it.
8,000.
You
Hey,
put up
where
your
are my
house.
uppers? Where are my uppers? I don't think I've seen that name before.
Mhm.
Yeah, and maybe they think he'll lead them to, like they gave the guy in the Delphi, gave him a tablet, and he confessed all to it, or told his mom. You weren't there last
True.
night, I don't think, Deeks. About it.
Where? I mean, I know what's going
On
on in the
Queen.
Delphi case.
Yeah,
No, I missed her
we were
stream
just
last
talking,
night.
but
I did miss her stream last night.
Yeah, he admitted to his wife like 5 or 6 times over the phone, and when he was in prison, because they got him in prison, not jail, right?
but that's still no. He was in prison. That was the thing, is he was the only person in the prison, according to what I heard. I think it was Rowena. That wasn't convicted. Maybe too, it might have been because he was on suicide watch, and they're probably not equipped for that.
Well, there
in
was
a
a whole
county.
thing a couple months ago. Gray was talking about how the jail wasn't equipped to handle him, and so they put in something to have him move to a different facility. So that's probably why he's at a prison instead of just the jail.
Mm-hmm. Oh, real quick,
Margie,
do you guys see the new join chat on the bottom right, where you can actually
Can
What
we?
is it?
Can you hit that from your phone? Are you on your phone or your computer?
Hit what?
Austin?
a
The
laptop
join chat.
for us
Join.
people like that don't have the, because you're the you're the holder of the StreamYard.
I got the
Instead
power,
of
baby.
instead of us going over to YouTube to chat, there's a join the chat on the bottom now where you just click it and you put your YouTube in and you can chat just through there. It's pretty cool.
Nanya tried it on my panel the other night, and she said it kicked her off. And I think she was on her phone, so I'm wondering if it's just a feature for laptop
I can
users.
see it and chat, which I can't do when I'm a guest. Can you do that
Yep.
normally if you're a? I mean,
No,
is it
that's what he's saying is new. Normally, it was only the host of the the StreamYard who could chat with through the StreamYard, and now there's a button that says that we can.
Okay, where's the button? I don't see the button.
Well, you don't see it because you have the ability to chat. So it's us that's like
look at this.
like
Look at
when
this,
you hop
guys.
up on Queens, you can see it now.
I just
'cause
typed in
guess
right
it's a new
now.
feature.
Look at that. I just put, hey, I'm on StreamYard.
Yes, Willow was talking about it last night. He's like, this is super cool. You can type from StreamYard. I'm like, oh my God, how cool. Like, they're catching up.
Does it work? Did he try it on his phone or did he use a laptop?
Yeah, I'm on my phone right now doing it. It's pretty damn cool.
When Nanya tried it, she couldn't. It says you have to connect with YouTube.
Yeah, you connect to YouTube, and then you connect. It goes right to like your email, Google thing, and you just say allow, and it just boom, bang, bang, boom.
Okay, if I get kicked off, I'll come back up.
Yeah, so you can do it yourself, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there's nothing I need to do.
Nope. This is so cool.
At least I have to do the better.
I always wondered why they didn't have that. Now they do.
What is that for? PP? You want me to highlight? I don't guess if I highlight it, it'll matter.
It is. Oh, it's just that's Queen Bee's page.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I clicked the wrong one anyway because this thing jumps.
Hey, Catherine.
Create a PayPal. You know, I have a PayPal, but it's a personal. It has personal stuff on it. Thank you, Nanny. So, yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, you like it?
I like it. And so I can put a banner. I'm going to do that later. So how long have I been on?
An accent.
Do what?
I think Deet's kicked herself an accent.
Oh,
here she is. I thought maybe she, oops.
Yeah, that was my fault. I was trying to do the join chat, but apparently I changed my YouTube password like 2 months ago and didn't save it. So I'll have to get on my laptop and figure out what that was. And then instead of hitting back, I hit done, which is a rookie mistake.
I was going to say rookie move.
Yeah, totally eating myself.
Yes, and then you should have like a timer up in the corner. It says like live an hour and 4 minutes or hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
Yep, it should be up in your left-hand corner, and it should say live, and then there should be a timer.
1 hour and 4 minutes. Okay, so on the free version, when I end the broadcast, then it saves it to YouTube. I know it doesn't save it.
Yeah, it automatically uploads to YouTube. Like, okay, so last night we were live, and we played that Posey's second birthday. Copyright, it hit us and shut my stream down, so I had to actually go into YouTube, edit the stream, and put it back up. But you can go in once your stream, because it automatically uploads to YouTube, but you can go in and set it to private or unlisted or whatever if you have to edit something out like I did.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, because was you on there, Boston? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think maybe you jumped
most
down.
of it, but not. I had to jump down to go handle that one thing I put in the back.
Oh yeah, that call. Okay, yeah, So yeah, we were listening. Well, we were talking about the family vloggers or whatever, and we put on the LeBrant family, whatever, Posey's second birthday, and they got us. I'm like, what the hell? It like shut the whole fucking stream down.
Oh my gosh!
If you wait 5 minutes, it actually comes back. So if you tell everybody in the chat just to wait 5 minutes, the stream will actually come back for you, and then you can edit it out after.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we waited. Well, fuck. By the excuse. Gosh, I just cussed so much. I'll try to really watch my mouth. Yeah, we waited. We didn't even know it was down until it came back up, and they were like,
Oh.
"Good Nunya's like, what is going on? What is wrong?" She's like, "What is wrong with the chat?" I was like,
Oh, speaking of good
Um,
Nanya, I wish he was in here.
I said, wait for I said, Boston told us to wait last time. He said it comes back up, so just wait a minute. So we sat there and waited for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and then it popped back up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It doesn't like ruin the whole stream. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
And that's new. You used to have to end it right then and there. They just started that like a couple months ago.
That's cool. Hey, Bieber.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna jump down. I got my members only live coming up in about an hour, so I will holler at y'all later. You guys have a great live, and I am proud of you, Heels, for taking the plunge and doing your first live, babes.
She's doing good.
I'm proud of you. You all have a good day. Thank you for showing
You
love
too,
and
hon.
supporting as always.
I will see you in an hour.
All
Bye,
right,
Queen.
have a
Love you.
Bye.
I love our community.
Did you say she's having a members only live?
Yeah,
Oh,
for the members.
I gotta finish this video.
Sorry,
Give me-
someone banged at my door.
This
Always
thing
wants
your
to
dogs
popo.
have.
Yeah, sounded like it.
They got a specific knock. Let me tell you, it's like boom, 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 3 hard ones.
Y'all didn't hear it?
No,
I heard the
a
dog.
dog.
I didn't hear.
No, it
Yeah.
was loud.
Mm, no, I didn't hear that.
So what's going on with Nanya and Veda?
I don't know. I haven't been able to keep up with all. I've
July
seen
10th,
some
the
other
showdown.
stuff, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
What's
It's
July 10th, Nick?
July 10th is when they're doing their receipt showdown.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's not going to go well for Veda. It's just not. I don't think she was informed correctly in a bunch of stuff, and if she was, she didn't do it. And if she wasn't, she didn't do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to stream it from both platforms. I think Nanya's going to stream it from hers, and then Veda's going to stream it from hers, like the multi-stream thing. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, because we're all blocked in Vedas. Like I have a picture of all the blocked people. It's like 70 people. I'm there. I'm one of them. Queen Heels is everybody's blocked. She like went and blocked people.
She blocked everybody?
Yeah, that didn't even go in her stream. She would just go to chats and block.
Wow.
That's what should happen this afternoon is a shared stream. That's a good idea. I forgot you could do that. That's a newish feature to StreamYard.
Oh,
You can
really?
stream up to like 5 or 6 different channels at the end. All like say you have 5 people on that all are creators. You can connect their YouTubes to the what I mean.
Yeah. Look who's here. I haven't seen you in a while.
Who?
Well,
What's up,
Cracking Cases.
Hey.
What you up to?
Hey, not much. I wanted to stop by and say congratulations.
Thank you. My very first one.
Hold on, let me close this. I think I got an echo. There we go.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me? All
Yeah,
right,
I
sweet.
can hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on your first live. I showed a lot of your stuff. I actually showed one of your videos night before last where you were, dude, all that misinformation that was going on Dolly.
Oh, that wasn't even half of it, Cam. That was a very small portion. It was like
insane.
The entire show was just one thing after the other after the other. Yeah.
I was like, bro, say something. I was like, if he knows anything about Summer's case, I was like, he should have corrected just a little bit. You played at least one thing. He corrected nothing.
Well, he didn't know. He really didn't, but he wasn't joining in as much as he used to,
Yeah.
But it was.
You're talking about the panel he had with like Tina saying all that. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he came out, I think it was the next day, and said, we're not a news channel, so don't think you're going to come here and get the news. Well, I get that.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to spread ridiculous rumor.
Oh, yeah.
Little disclaimer as well. You know what I mean? Like before you do it.
conspiracies are vampant in this genre, in this little back alley corner of YouTube. People run with conspiracies, they run with doxing, they run with so much that is completely unverified. It is
Oh, do I
insane.
know?
Not even based on anything. I mean, did you see it, Deets?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I don't know who that lady was, but when she was saying, Don Wells went to this state right afterwards, it's like he was on news channels. Then he was quickly on YouTube and all these other places. You think we can't figure out that he didn't go to all these other states
Yeah.
afterwards?
Right.
And then I don't know where it came from that Summer had been put in foster care. What was it, North
Mhm.
Carolina or South Carolina?
Yeah.
Where the
So
hell did that?
Tennessee took Summer and put her in North Carolina. No.
I remember
Yeah.
Tina saying something like, but I heard it from Ernie. And he's like,
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't believe anything Ernie says. She's like, not even a little bit.
Yeah,
And he's
the
like,
thing
"No."
with Ernie was bizarre. She was saying, but Ernie met with lawmakers and there was some bill she said
I remember when he did that.
helped with that he helped with, and Dolly was saying, I don't know if I want to believe that. She goes, no, Dolly, there was a picture. And then there was another one where there was a picture with who is it? Oh, Dog's Bounty Hunter's daughter.
Yeah.
And she says, he knows her really well. And Dolly goes, again, I don't know if I want to. There's
So
No,
some
he
I just
doesn't.
put out a video, premiered one just a second ago. I called Hawkins County Circuit Court clerk, and I was like, "Can you tell me Fred Hill's actual bond?" Because people were like, "Do your research. It's 2,500." I'm like, "No, it's 20. So it's 25,000. Yes, they did have a typo. It said 250,000, but
well,
25,000 on 2
10%.
counts of distribution of methamphetamine being a half gram a piece is not at 25,000 is a humongous bond.
it
That's
is big.
that's huge. I think, in
There's
my
more.
personal opinion, that they're waiting and holding him for something else. That's my opinion.
Really?
That's my opinion. Yes.
And
Now there
Don's
would be,
supposed to be going back.
yeah.
I heard.
Who is?
Don, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I talked to him. So he got on a panel. I can't remember when it was and said that, but I the night before I said on my live, I was like, because I talked to Don on the phone. He calls me randomly out of nowhere, and I like all the time. And sometimes I don't even answer him because it gets annoying. But he called and he was like, "Yeah, my probation officer said I have to come back to Tennessee. It's mandatory." I said, "Did you fail a piss test or anything?" He said, "No." And I said, "Is it because he wants you to piss?" And he was like, "No." He said that I brought all this on myself, and now I need to come back.
What?
That was what he said.
What?
So
He's saying that. He didn't say Hawkins County or his probation officer said
yeah,
that.
his PO told him that.
Oh, you brought this all on yourself? Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Wonder what that means.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
Well, Candace, of course, is going to go back with him, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, this will be something to see. If she stays and he comes back, something's weird.
Well, that or maybe, do you think maybe he has, well, he would have told you that, but to come back and then he can leave again? Like
No,
he
has to be back permanently. Yeah, so because I even asked him, I was like, "Does he just want you to come back in and check in?" They were like, "No, he wants me to be back in Tennessee permanently."
That might have been part of his. You see, he's on probation, right?
Yeah.
I
It might have
thought
been
he,
part of his probation. You know what I mean? In his probation,
That he can't leave the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Well, usually, if they ask for permission for like work, hey, I've got a job in another state.
yeah,
They will
look at
usually
JLR.
permit that, and that state, that state would want him. Sorry, hold on. That state would want him to, get his probation transferred to them.
He would
Where
still have to return though if it was just for work, and then what I mean, and then
Yeah.
come back type thing. It would have to be a permanent job, I would think.
Yeah, and like if you're there and you're like, hey, this is a full-time gig, I'm gonna be moving here. Yeah, but
Well, he went
Go
on
ahead.
somebody's stream and was apparently, according to a creator, was all screwed up like a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
Wonder if that would have anything to do with it. Because of the you brought this on yourself thing.
Well, Don, there's no unless the judge told him no alcohol, then yeah, but which they should have because he has a breathalyzer in his vehicle that he has to wait for to start.
Oh, they want to keep more of an eye on him, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
because that makes sense. It's DUIs. So he didn't serve out the probation when he went to jail. That was.
I guess they reinstated it. Because they'll usually do that if you get in trouble while you're still on probation and you haven't. They'll reinstate your probation time to the fullest. It's like you start over.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe
you're
I
Cam.
know for a fact I've been
I just
through
got
it.
your voice. You're Cam, right?
Yeah.
It's Cam.
I just realized the
Cam
voice now.
Hi,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Allie, she was in here just a second ago, and she was saying about transferring probation, but yeah, so it's been crazy to see all this happening in the past. Because you remember like Don or not Don, but Sheriff Lawson says we don't have a drug problem down here, yet they're running drug investigations and sending snitches into Fred's in November of the same year Summer goes missing.
Well, wasn't he was part of it was manufacturing, or was that just
So
part
that's
of the
the charge around here. Like I'm on the Virginia side, but the charges are kind of the same. So if you get caught, that's how they name the charge. It's either distribution, manufacture. It all falls under that same charge code.
Okay.
So yeah, his was just distribution and maintaining a dwelling where drugs were being sold.
Is that because the amount?
Which he told Ziggy on, and I don't know if this is true, but he told Ziggy on that jail interview that it was just a half gram each time, which is not a lot.
Well, he also told Ziggy that the 2-year anniversary of Summer's case triggered him coming up somehow, and that's why he was indicted. So
yeah, he said they dropped Summers and picked up mine, and then because of that, they picked hers back up. It was so ridiculous.
And then Ziggy says, "Well, Fred, I'm going to put some money on your commissary," and he said, "I think this case will be solved soon."
Sheriff Lawson said that too. Said that they'll should have a good announcement coming up.
Really?
Soon.
No, he just said that there'd be an update shortly.
An update. That's what I meant. Like an update announcement soon.
Well, do you think that there would be an update shortly? And I think personally it was probably just her age progression photo, but others.
Oh my gosh, if that's what it was, that thing pissed me off so bad. It does not look like her. It does not.
It kind of looks like.
I think it does.
Candace.
You do? I think it looks
younger.
Like
yeah.
Looks like Candace or the boys for sure. And I know a lot of people are frustrated with, oh, it looks way too old. It looks way too old. I put my daughter's pictures from 5, 6, and 7 together, and you would be surprised at how big that jump in age happens between 6 and 7. It is a big difference.
Yes.
It's shocking. And then I did 8 as well, because they've got to encompass 7, 8, and 9 for her because, they do them every 2 years. And I threw 8 in there as well. And from 5 to 8, it is crazy how different it is.
My niece at 5 to she's 7 now, 7.5, looks like a totally different human being. 3-4 inches taller. It's so it all depends on, I guess, on the the child or whatnot and how much they grow.
Right.
Hey Kim, I have a question. Dudley is back in jail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember watching your show probably 8 months ago or something, and it could have been longer ago than that. But, Dudley thought he was cleared, and we all knew no one was cleared, but he had said that during his dinner. And isn't it weird? I don't know. Like he's in jail and Fred's in jail and Don's coming back. And I don't want to, start a conspiracy theory, but I know you kind of had reservations about Dudley before.
Yeah, from the very beginning, because I where we searched with the private investigators, and they went and spoke to Tucker Drywall, and when they were talking to Tucker Drywall, and Dudley. But okay, so they asked, Tucker Drywall what Dudley did when the police, and I don't know how they knew this, but the PI said that Dudley started crying and said, "I got too close to that family." That was something that has stuck with me from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I know that Dudley is full of shit. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's very truthful. He's very truthful." I'm like,
He
look at it.
obviously wasn't.
No, yeah, I mean, he's the one coming out with stories that Jose was living with grandma, and when Jose got out or something got out of jail, that Don and Jose got in a fight because he did all of his stash or
Yeah,
something. I'm
he
like,
took all
what
his
the hell are
drugs.
you talking about?
Yeah, that it was like he was following a script, frankly, to me when he was
Yeah.
sitting there. But I've always had a weird feeling, and I'll tell you, as a mother, the way he said, I don't remember when he said it, but yeah, she was a pretty little girl. Just kind of, it just was creepy to me that he said that, and he hadn't seen her very many times, I don't think.
Yeah, and Candace said that the only male person that gave her the bad feeling around Summer was Dudley.
So his alibi was he was working on a truck or something in the parking lot of what, apartments or his house?
Something like that, yeah. The apartments he lived in.
And I wonder if that was a witness or if they had surveillance somewhere.
I think that he had enough time to have to have an alibi worked out, because it's on Virginia's side where he stays.
Mm-hmm.
And if people aren't too familiar with this area, the Tennessee-Virginia state line goes right through the city of Bristol, which is
Where
like half is Tennessee and half is Virginia.
Right.
And all he has to do is bounce over to Virginia side till the feds come in, which we know that the feds didn't come in to Summer's case till the 17th, which is 2 days later. They could have been there the first, on the 15th. They could have been there right at the beginning if Hawkins County would have called them.
Yeah, and and they went to his dad's place first, and then
because his
So
dad.
the card team showed up on the 17th, but
Yes.
Ronnie himself has said that they were in touch with the TBI, who was in touch with the FBI right away. So they were consulting and communicating with the FBI from jump. It's just that the card team did not show up on the scene until after they put the Amber Alert in, which does trigger the card team.
Well,
but they were already consulting with the FBI very,
right,
very
consulting, but I think they should have been like the question. I don't know.
I went over a thing with the FBI card team on my channel. I showed their website. So the FBI card team, they said we can be on scene as soon as they call us is made to local law enforcement if they let us know.
Right.
They should have been on the scene then, because then that's 2 days. That
I thought the card team was there right away. They weren't.
No.
They were there on the 17th, which you're making it sound like it was 2 days, but Summer went missing the evening of the 15th.
Right.
And then the TBI was there very quickly. So that you've got TBI and Hawkins County working through it and deciding where this case is going to go.
But you have Hawkins County.
Let me finish my sentence. Then they throw in the fact that then the Amber Alert comes out, and they've realized we do need even though we're consulting with the FBI, we do need the card team here, and so they get them there the 17th, which is, it's not 48 hours. You're looking at 36-hour time frame.
But Summer being missing, the cops didn't even get out there for 45 minutes. Her life expectancy, if she was abducted, is cut over. It's like 75%. She has 25% chance of being alive at that point.
Well, that's a different argument. We weren't talking about that. We were talking about that.
Well, I wish I wouldn't argue, period.
I'm not trying to argue at all. I didn't mean she yelled at me. I'm sorry.
I yelled? I just wanted to finish speaking.
I know. People tell me I yell all the time.
No, this is all I'm going to say about it, though, is 36 hours, in my opinion, is a long time. Local law enforcement and TBI let Don leave the hill of his home when he got there to go to Fred Hill's home and other places. Why was he allowed to leave?
Well, I can tell. Here's my opinion. I don't know what the guidelines are for that first little while, but I think when you have parents that are missing a child in that small period of time, I've never heard of them just like putting crime scene tape around the house and saying no one can leave because you don't know it. I mean,
They're supposed to have them under
your child is,
questioning immediately, as far as what I know.
yeah, see,
Well,
I'm not
well,
absolutely sure on that. I just
so
think
typically, when you have an Amber Alert, it's because you have proof of a
someone
child being
taking off.
abducted. Like you have the vehicle and you can give the vehicle description and things like that. Every state is different. Tennessee's Amber Alert criteria is actually pretty loose, which worked in Summer's favor. It's what got her Amber Alert, where other kids in that same situation would not get one. But they didn't have anything like that. They didn't have proof of her being put in a vehicle and driven away. So they had other things that they had going on in their case that they had to build up before they're like, yeah, we need the card team here and we need them now. As far as why was Dawn allowed to leave? Because at that point, it's a missing child's case. It's not a
Yeah,
criminal investigation at that
that's what I
point.
was
It's
saying.
Well,
the same reason Letitia's allowed to leave. It's the same reason Brandy and Tyler Vaughn were allowed to leave. Like, what could they hold them on? They're not, at that point, they're not criminally investigating things.
Don said, I'm sorry, but I mean, I got a lot of inside stuff because I was up there a lot. Don, when he came in from work and he says, I thought it was 5 o'clock. His time, he could swore it was 5, but it was 6 when he got the call from Candace. He didn't get there till almost 7. You have, him going to Fred Hill's. Now, when Don was first interviewed about Fred Hill, he said that he didn't think Fred was a part of anything. Now he's saying he should, he wants to kick Fred's ass.
Why?
I don't know. And and then we can't forget that an officer for Hawkins County Sheriff's Office brought Candace a bottle of liquor.
What?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would want to kick a lot of people's ass that Don hasn't said he wanted to kick their ass. Fred Hill would be one of them, and more because of all the shit he said, like Orlana Crawford's dad. They had some kind of ritual. That's where Paper Cut Tina, I'm sure, got her information and shit like that. I mean, why would he even say that? That would make me want to kick his ass. But why now? What?
Well, looking back on it now, me and Allie feel the same way about this. Fred Hill put a lot of misinformation, this wild circus that was supposed to have been happening. Like Andy was home early at 3:30, and then Andy Jr. is what he calls Damien Bernard. Andy and Jody Sue's son. He has this whole elaborate scene going on Ben Hill Road, and a white HHR with 3 guys supposed to be across from Beach Creek that he's seen days leading up, and he kept saying, I feel like they're trying to set me up.
Who said that?
Fred
Andy
Hill.
Fred Hill. Fred Hill said a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now, like, I even did a show with Adrian, and we were talking about, how a lot of stuff he said could be verified, but a whole lot couldn't. Wow. And and now it looks like maybe he was causing a distraction.
Well, didn't he say he was wearing a wire at one point, and it's some absurd story about wearing the wire?
Yeah, but and this is one thing too. I've been talking about this for a while. That besides Hunter, Candace, and Dawn and Grandma's phone, the only other person's phone who got confiscated was Fred Hill's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did his phone get confiscated?
The same time that Dawn and Candace's was.
Who confirmed that?
Well, I know from the PIs who work with the law enforcement, they told me they haven't told me anything that's been wrong.
Well, yeah, but we can't take that out here on YouTube as
and
a
that's
fact,
word of mouth.
just
Don't take it for fact.
Yeah.
I don't want you to. I'm just telling you
that's,
what.
Kind of just throwing conspiracy, like I was saying earlier, that's just kind of throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks.
I put the footprints out there.
I've heard them, but I didn't know to believe it or not. But
Dave Rader confirmed that.
Yeah, those are the people that they don't work for them anymore, right?
Yeah, they still do. They never hired them. This is the thing. They're not, the PIs weren't hired by Dawn and Candace. They offered their services for free, and they said, "Here, give me $1, and we'll call that contract and services."
Right.
So
And there
they're
could be other reasons that they took his phone. It didn't,
yeah,
it's not because, he was necessarily looked at as a suspect. It could be he told them something, and said, yeah, it's on my phone or whatever.
I used to think that Don saying he went to Fred Hills was I was like, that's I don't know if that's true. That's hearsay, and because
Yeah,
the
and a
PI
couple of
told
different
me that,
stories.
but then it's true. He did. He
Yeah,
did go
but there's
down
two different stories that I've heard. There's probably more.
there.
That
Yeah,
one was he went with his son, and another he was holding a crack pipe walking up to the door or something.
yeah, stupid.
Nicole, I don't either, because if you're giving all this information out there for free, you're coming online under, different names and stuff and interfering that way. That's
Who's
it's just
doing that?
icky. The PIs. That's
Oh,
why I was
I've
agreeing
never
with
seen them.
Nicole on like I don't trust the PIs.
I've never seen them come online.
Messy.
They're
No,
different.
they've been in like other chats under different names and stuff. They've shared that with
His
other
wife had,
people.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah.
yeah, that's true. And look, I had a falling out with them too.
Wow.
I can't. I'm probably more pissed off at those people than anybody else in this case, because they did me and Allison very, very dirty. And but then I'll tell you, she used to be under the name on YouTube as I See You or We
Oh,
See.
really?
Yeah,
And then so you have
I
PIs
see you.
doing
I've
no,
seen the name.
we see you.
We
And then
see you.
you have people doing things like that and that kind of behavior, and you said yourself you don't trust them. So how can you believe a lot of what you were told about
I
them
don't
or
say I
from
don't
them?
trust them like that. I said I don't like them. They've done me dirty. I don't trust them as far as like as far as they led us on. We were doing a lot of their damn research for them.
Yeah, there are some things that I think if somebody tells you and it's not, like last night, a certain person was saying, well, damn, no wonder Don can pass a piss test because, he's doing crack or, whatever. And I'm just smoking pot and pot stays with you. But just like it's true. Like,
Yeah.
That's a fact that, and I don't know, I didn't see Don and wouldn't know crack from any other drug watching somebody do it. But I think there are certain things, like to me, taking Fred Hill's phone could have a lot of different reasons and it doesn't matter. Like Fred Hill has done so much more that makes him look suspect.
Yeah.
Just like so unreliable. I didn't know that the detectives, I kind of respected them for never saying anything. I had no idea they came on. I did not know that.
Yeah, and they're also like the PIs. Like one
Neil's
thing.
Queen is in the back.
Oh,
Go ahead.
God. I'm sorry, Queen. Thank you.
Well, go ahead, Kim.
No, one thing that pissed me off the worst though about the PIs was when I found that campsite up there behind the Gorleys, and they told me it was nothing. Oh, it's not the PIs did. Oh, it's nothing. It could have been fox hunters. It could have been this, whatever. I was like, well, I feel like it's very important. And I was talking to Gonzo around that time a lot, and he was like, go up there and just put something that only you will know about to see if law enforcement even went up there and took it seriously, because we reported it over to them, and as close as it was to the Wells property and the view that you could see, it looked down onto the property right where her summer swing was. And it's high up on a ridge.
Now, whose campsite was this?
We don't know. And
Oh,
it
it
was
was
the
just a
property owner. The property owner said he had no idea
Mm-hmm.
that it was even up there, and he knows his property. This guy walks around barefoot on his like through the woods, everything. He was part of the first initial search. His name is Mr. Gorley.
I've never heard of him.
But he, he let us know. He was he showed me where one of the dogs alerted on Summer scent on his property.
Now, whose dogs were those?
This was the first search, I guess. Law enforcement and
law enforcement,
first responders and search and rescue.
Not the EquiSearch team.
No, not EquiSearch, and they didn't have dogs when they came. The EquiSearch team, but
somebody had said that, and I didn't think they did either.
No, they didn't. But they So that PIs didn't take that campsite serious whatsoever. Well, then I waited months and months before I finally talked about it. And I said, this is because they were like, well, you could have, this is all they worried about. You could have got us in trouble because you were with us and you crossed over a fence line that was down. I said, yeah, I crossed over a fence line because I saw a campsite up there. And I said, I don't care. I would have took a trespassing charge to see what it was for this missing child. That's all they gave a shit about. They didn't even come up to the top of the hill to look at it with their own eyes.
Are you talking about law enforcement now? I'm sorry.
The PIs when I found it. And then I said, please report this to law enforcement. And I told the property owner, and he was shocked that he had, didn't know it was up there. And I've showed a lot of pictures of it and stuff. It doesn't give it justice of just how hard it would be to get up there. And it really bothered me. And then Fred is talking about meth heads now up on the ridge. And I'm like, whereas up on the ridge?
Well,
I don't know.
Apparently there's a lot more meth heads than Ronnie Lawson wants to admit.
Yeah, he's running one of Fred's controlled buy charges was in November. And that's,
what is that?
Control and buy. It's like
they send a snitch in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man. If you want to explain.
Control by, like a controlled by substance. Yeah.
Like an undercover officer was the one who. That's what
the cops give you money, and then you go do a buy from. You go back and give the dope to the cops. That's pretty much what that is. But hey, Cam, I had a quick question. When you so hold on. When you told okay, are those the PIs or what Candace refers to as the uppers?
I have no idea, and I asked her about that. Like, she would not tell me.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of, I've asked a few times, and I haven't got a straight answer about it. So,
but what she did tell me around the time that the last time that she talked to me before she got pissed off for no reason, like she still won't, even though Dawn calls me. She got pissed off because I asked her. I said, what's up with this cell phone thing in the uppers? And I said, never mind. I don't even want to know. And she goes, well, I'll just say this. If they wanted it, it told me that she still had the phone because she said, if they wanted it, all they have to do is come and ask for it. And I said, what? And this is when I was talking, and I said that she sounded like she was, for the first time, firing on all cylinders, if that makes sense.
Hey, just real quick, I didn't even notice because this is like my first time having this, but several people have donated to my Cash App, and I don't know, it looks like a lot of names that might be real. So thank you very much. I got all of them, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't say any names out loud.
No, I'm not going to say because they all look like they're real.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes in their names. So please, whatever you do, don't just start announcing like Sally Joe. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I've been around
them and you don't realize it. You know what I mean? And so that's really cool of you just to let them know. Also, just another thing I learned is there's a way to, when you open it up, there's a way to like send a heart or a thumbs up, and you can send a heart and let them know you got it.
Yeah, I saw that on one of them, and then the rest of them didn't do that. So I'll go back and look again.
I'm going to be sending you one, It's my full name. So,
well, if you need help, just let me know, and I'll walk you through it or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'll go back through, but I didn't realize that. I thought, I should look.
Yeah, my Cash App has my full name on it. Queen has my full name, and I was going to send you one. So just don't read the last name out.
Yeah, I was going to say it. Sometimes people, and that's the thing like that. What is that, Michelle Debate or whatever? She used to, people would Cash App her, and she'd be like, Sally Joe, thank you so much for the $10.
Oh my gosh.
She just bust them out with their full name.
Yeah.
She's like, it's okay to do that. They want to be doxxed because they put their names in there. I said, you dumbass.
Oh my God.
Why would you do that?
No, if it was a name like I see here, like if it said Crispy Treat, then I would say, thank you. Yeah. This all looks like, names.
Yeah, real names. Like I trust Queen with it, and I trust you with it and whatnot. So when I
you have to be very careful.
Oh yeah.
Very careful. There was another question I had about the PIs. So Jody Sue, she moved, right?
Yeah,
She moved away from there a long time ago.
she got
Yeah.
evicted.
Oh,
which
she
is-
got evicted.
September.
Yeah,
Um,
September 6th.
Now, do she and Fred Hill talk to
Well,
each other?
listen, check this out. Like, I got an email a long time ago. I didn't know what to think about it. They said that somebody in a blue van was up there seeing Jody Sue on the 15th that told her all of Beach Creek and Ben Hill gossip, and it was her relative named Fred. I was like, what?
Oh, I remember hearing about
And I
that.
was like, what the hell is that? But it was, I'm not even gonna put the screen name out who sent it to
Yeah.
me, but there was a lot of stuff in there that I was like, how would she know that?
Yeah, I can't believe anything that she said. Anything. I don't even believe her
No.
name is Jody Sue. I think she's lying
Bullshit.
about that.
That's
Yeah,
another
this whole
argument I've
thing was-
always had. Right. The only other argument I've always had is, look, when she said something about the screen, police were really quick to come out and say unfounded about that. And, the footprints and all that stuff, they haven't said anything about that, and Dave Rader from EquiSearch, he said in his interview with Duty Ron, I think, that they thought the night that they got the call and they thought they were going to find Summer, that somebody thought, didn't think it was going to get this big media wise and might have dropped her back off. And she was out there walking around like trying to find her way home. I was like, where does that come from?
Oh, come on.
Something somebody thought of. Sounded good.
That's what Dave Rader said. And that's, he's the leader of EquiSearch. I'm like, so where did that thought come from? I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing is I don't think they have anything. I mean, I think maybe
Exactly.
Fred and everybody that got busted up there just got busted up there. I mean,
Mhm.
It
and
sounded
Don
like they
just
were
needs
running.
to come back because he's acting an ass.
Mhm.
Yep. But it might be that they were more interested in getting the drugs out of there than searching for Summer, because it looks like they were running drug investigations more than they were doing searches.
Yeah, there needs to be more searches, but
Three in a whole, and they were months and months apart. They said because the drones could see better in November. We were working with First to Deploy, and he's like, the foliage does not really matter. I can see through it with his drones.
well, Chris McDonough was trying to talk, and I don't know if Don just doesn't know that hold on one second.
It's nothing like hands-on searching, though, in my opinion.
I didn't want to
Anyway.
interrupt, but I gotta hop down. My
Okay.
kiddos are here, so thanks for letting me up heels and congrats on your first live. You're doing
Thank
great.
you for joining me.
Good
Later,
job.
DT.
Appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
See ya.
Fine, Sarah.
Bye, Deep.
Where was I? Damn it! I lost it.
Drones.
No, I don't know anything about drones. Oh, Chris McDonough. He was trying to talk Don into coming back, or not coming back. He was trying to talk him into using
Cold Case Foundation.
Cold Case Foundation. And I was like, Don, do you not know it's the same thing? Because he was like, well, I got to talk to. No, because here's the thing. For 2 years almost, he has resources, right? He likes to tell everybody all the resources he has. He never once did a search. He never once took a resource up there to look for her. He's got dogs. He's got all those people that pay for memberships. He couldn't call any of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he ended up telling them no.
The only thing he did do was send people with firearms to Jackhammer Jamie's house.
Yeah.
Where they were screaming, "Bring Summer out."
Poor
and
Jamie.
Yeah, dude, that was bad.
And he was just wanting to do something to help. But, and now you've got JLR out here with alerts on his phone, apparently, for everybody in the Wells family.
Yeah.
POS.
Yes, exactly. Piece of shit. Human pencil. He looks like
he is. And saying Don and Candace are the what do you call them? The main suspects and
When is his defamation case coming? Because that's ridiculous. Some of the stuff he doesn't say.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know why Don doesn't. Again, he should have a restraining order on him.
Don, to this point, this is one thing that bothered me about Ronnie Lawson when he said that they have hired attorneys. They did not have attorneys. They
Right.
had
Why did he
attorneys.
say that?
It makes no sense. And I even called the legal aid office in Tennessee and talked to the guy for a long time. And I said, so what, they have, what is it called? A guardian ad litem attorneys for the boys. Those are for the kids' best interest,
Right.
not
Right.
Don and Candace. And they're never going to say an attorney that works for the state is not going to tell the parents not to cooperate with law enforcement.
Well, I could see him saying, if you want what's best for your kids, don't mention the kids, and put that. I think then they have a gag order, like officially, not to say anything. And I think maybe Ronnie stretched that out to, felt maybe like they were interfering, because they had Don in jail for how many months and they never questioned him.
Yeah, exactly. They had him in there for over right at 6 months. I think he had to pull half.
Yeah.
But Ronnie Lawson on the news, his statement was the parents, they're not cooperating anymore.
And that look on his face was like, I remember watching him and thinking, he's just being an asshole right now for whatever reason.
Yep.
And it's lasted this long. I actually called Hawkins County one day. I was pissed. I think it was JLR had said something about them being the main suspects. And I said, he needs to say something. Everybody's not a suspect. I mean, that's dumb. Just say you don't have a person of interest yet.
Exactly.
Or something, but everybody's a suspect.
He also.
Do you think Don would have spilled, not the beans, but he's been intoxicated so many times on panels?
He would have already
general.
said something.
They would have slipped, and they would have slipped.
Yeah.
And Candace too, and we've been saying people don't want to believe it, but her cup that she carries around with her all the time has Summer all over it. Her laptop has Summer all over it. Everything I just don't see somebody who is responsible for that having to look at that child's face every day.
Yeah. One second. Thank you, Crispy Treat. That wasn't a hint, by the way. Yeah, I think they would have. Well, now, Kim, one of the things that I remember reading a long time ago on the TBI website was the timeline, that there is a part of the timeline that won't be released.
Yeah.
And I think
that's true.
If there's anything Don and Candace are hiding, it's something they've been told not to talk about. And
it's one of the stops that during that day.
Oh, it's one of the stops, you think?
Yeah, I know that because there's actually two of them.
So that's what screws it up for us.
Yeah,
but they're okay with. I mean, they know what it is. So I wonder why that would be held back.
I've tried to figure that out myself because, okay, you know how they said that there was a stop at the tobacco, at the discount tobacco. Well, there's two of them that they stopped at.
Right.
They didn't list the other one. That would take some more time up. Then there was a stop at so the grocery store, the liquor store is in the same parking lot.
Yeah.
There's another one. And then there was something that had to do with maybe DCS. So
with Child Protective Services?
Yeah.
Well, why would they have to stop there? I thought all that was over with.
That's weird because then Dawn said they closed the case on the 14th.
Right, the day before. Yeah.
Well,
they couldn't have closed it that fast.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, because they were there the day before, right?
Maybe sign paperwork.
I asked about that because I asked Don. I said, did they come out to the house to close the case or the investigation? And he was like, yeah, that's why, they were out there on the 14th. And I was like, okay. But yeah, and that's why I said on my channel, I said, till we see otherwise and see that it didn't happen, I was like, I'm going to take it as it did. But I don't know. I don't know. Because Don, everything he has said, whether people like it or not, the man tells on himself, even if it's favorable looking to him or not.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
rocket scientist.
I've only been
but-
around a year and 2 months, and the stuff that I've, you know what I mean, seen it. I feel like that his story would have slipped and changed a few times, totally different. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. I don't think they're that smart of people to like keep it under wraps. I'm not trying to down them in any way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not. It's like people. I have this same argument too. People are saying that they are, they're how nasty they are, how dirty they are, and how they're just so dumb. And but out the same side of their mouth, out the other side of their mouth, they're saying that they committed the perfect crime, where her scent's not anywhere, and that it doesn't make sense. You're saying that people that can't even like clean their house are making sure that scents aren't being picked up by scent dogs, and come on now.
Almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Lisa's in the back.
Oh, thank you.
And you got Detective Pruitt when he came on, did his interview, finally saying, we looked through all the GPS data, we looked through all the phone data, and there was nothing. There's nothing there. So I mean, either he's lying, or
You mean with Candace going somewhere, or?
Yeah, he said they looked through all the GPS data. They looked through all that, and there was nothing there. They said they were no closer when he did that interview to finding out what happened to Summer than they were on day one.
Okay, so with Candace, I keep hearing she left twice that day.
Yeah.
Are they counting when she left in the morning, or they're saying she left 2 times after they got back at like 3:30 or whatever time it was?
I don't know. I don't think. I've never heard anything to really substantiate that she left again.
Right, just the one time looking for Summer that she admits.
Yeah.
But not before that. And they have GPS on her car?
Well, they have her on the phones from out there, and they have it on because Don, remember, he said is the weirdest thing. They have, we were on Messenger together, and the call stayed. It never disconnected.
Yeah.
The whole time, I was like, yeah, that is weird, because I've been out there and I have no service.
You can't even get on Messenger?
You can't do nothing. And they have they just recently they had internet hooked up at their house for the first time in March.
How were they playing games? Oh, I guess they could buy the games.
Yeah, well, they got internet hooked up in March of 2021.
But she was saying that the reason I said that is that the boys were playing games that day when she told Summer to go in, and they kind of looked at her because they were playing games or something.
Yeah.
Which is totally believable. Try to stop me when I'm in the middle of something. But so here's what I don't get. If they tracked Don and they knew Don was at work, if they know this, then why don't they clear him? I don't get that.
Some people said that Don, some people have said that he is cleared.
Right,
and that people have said, he told me that he was cleared. Candace, now, y'all know
I could see Candace not being cleared.
Yeah, she's not. Now, they said that, who Pamela, shit.
Anderson. That Freudian slip, I do believe. My Pam, listen, that's very nice of you to. I hope you meant Pamela from the Baywatch days, and not her Netflix doc days.
Pamela Sanchez is what I was trying to say.
Oh, now she was the friend. She was the friend of Candace's, right?
No, she had came in and was over the repairs to the court ordered repairs.
Oh, yes, and she got bitchy after.
Yeah, well, this because Candace was accusing her of stealing tools, which she had her own. So this woman has money. She doesn't just steal a damn piece of shitty hammer.
Candace needs to be out away from people because the way she treats them. She was rude to you, right?
Oh, so rude.
Yeah.
So rude many times. Like she kicked us off the property probably 7 or 8 times.
The stress though, right? I mean,
yeah.
Well, she kind of has the personality of a real quick to act when she thinks something, like
impulse control doesn't have it.
Low impulse.
She gets rid of all the people that really are there to help her, and she befriends the ones that are like trying, the people that are
Bad
like,
judgment of
as soon
character.
as they hear something they don't like, they're like, she did it, and they run and tell everything. That's the kind
Yeah,
of people.
I think that has, and I'm not trying to be a psychologist because I'm not, but I think she doesn't trust anyone. And then the shitty people, like, I'm not saying Ernie Shell, I don't know him. So to say shitty, I don't want to say that.
Jenna, I'll say that.
Okay, so Ernie Shell, the people that are not, say, chasing truth, she trusts them more because they're like out there. You already know, they'll probably screw you. They're probably going to, Benny Keys kind of on the same thing. But the people that are good to her, she thinks any minute they're going to, I'll just get this over with right now and make you a shitty person. I kind of think
that Ernie guy, real quick. I don't know much about him, but I was on watching Constance the other night, and he jumped up there, and they were debating some stuff, and then he started talking about boxing and MMA fighting, all that stuff, and that's my bread and butter. So I jumped up on there and I started asking him all these questions about it, and he didn't even know what weight class. He said he was a junior welterweight and whatnot. I asked him what weight class that is.
He would be an extra light featherweight, if anything.
He said he was a pro boxer at
he would be in my weight class.
And
isn't he like some kind of? He's like some kind of spy.
Ernie's a world famous predator hunter.
In his own head.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just a liar.
Yes.
Right, but there's some name he gave himself that's like a super, not predator,
the tiger.
Probably. No, it's like a super. Somebody else say it in chat.
But it is tiger.
He has like tigers his mascot.
Yeah, it's like he does these stealth
the Tiger King
spy things, and he's like a tiger, I guess.
The first time I ever talked to Ernie,
don't ask about the secret formula. You'll be scarred forever.
The first time I ever talked to Ernie on a video thing was on Benny's, and he had staged a woman to walk up to the side of the car during the video interview or whatever we were doing, and she said, "Are you the predator hunter?" And he goes, "Well, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I was like, "Oh God." I called it right there. I was like, "Yeah, this dude is not good."
Yeah.
His main claim to fame is his gift of gab. He
said that he's rescued kids and stuff like that.
Very talented.
And was like, who? And he's like the kid that was walking in 3 feet of snow and and supposedly he was just walking home or whatnot and had picked him up and took him home, but he's acting like he rescued. You know what I mean?
Is that the one where he came in and he spun sideways, did a 360 in the car, and jumped out in the compound of kidnappers and got? He told this.
I think that was right after his world famous bout where he was flung into the trailer skirt of the.
Oh, that video, that is hilarious.
Is there a video? I've got to see it.
Oh, hell yes, there's video.
He gets kneed by a woman into a underpinning and he disappears. He goes up under the trailer.
Do you remember back in oh God, it probably was the late 70s to the early 80s. Do you remember that there was a cartoon show?
Hey, Brandy.
And he was a dog who wore a cape. Was it Deputy Dog or
Oh yeah.
That's just picture when he would do his breakout moves. That's kind of how Ernie looked when he was in his cage match of death at the trailer park.
And he's been trying to get a reality show, hasn't he, for a long time?
Yes.
I don't know, but honest to God, I told Ernie more than one time, and I stand by it. He would have been an amazing televangelist. And I absolutely. He's got the gift of gab. I mean, you either see right through his gift or you buy all in.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me just now that why did Candace kick us off the property? Well, because we would ask things that she didn't like us to ask. We told her, I said, we'll be nice. We'll treat you like human beings, but we'll go where the truth takes us. We would ask her the first time. Allison asked her, where was she when Summer went missing? Was she inside the camper or outside the camper of her, her mom's camper? She kicked us out of the picture for like a month or two.
And that was the first question. I mean, it wasn't like the first question you asked her, right? It was just
That, no, this was when we went up there and filmed the trails and stuff for the first time.
Yeah.
Allie just texted her and asked her that, and then she, like, Candace shut down, would not answer anything. Well, the next time we saw her, she started screaming. She was like, "Yeah, I will not answer anything about that day," and all that. I was like, "Whoa!" And then the second time is after the PIs did their thing to us up there in December. That's when JLR and Molly and Betty and all them came the same day at the bottom of the driveway up there. When they showed up, which I felt like we were set up by the PIs to be there at that time. She said, one of the PIs said, "Oh, it's just Candace and her mom up there, and we're worried that those people are going to show up." Well, y'all, because we were in Beach Creek at one of our mods locations. One of our mods lives out there and wanted us to look at, go check out her property and stuff. And we were out there. She said, "Will you go check on Candace and her mom?" We get out there. Benny's up there. Robin's up there.
The only one of that crew that could ever have made it up that driveway would have been JLR. That's the hilarious part.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick.
Hell.
I have a question real quick. How do I put names? And I mean, how did I do that?
Click on them. Just click on. Yeah.
Highlighting? You mean the comments?
No, your names aren't showing up. And I know I saw it somewhere.
Oh, okay. Go to your settings.
Settings. Well, there's like 3 of them.
Click on your settings. It'll open up a menu and it should say guest.
Settings right here. Guest. Okay.
Click on guest and then it should be
stream to the play a sound. Guest must authenticate. Green room.
No, it depends what plan.
I'm the free version.
You're in StreamYard, right?
Yeah.
That's what I use too, and
what's weird, because I was looking at the same thing, but I don't
click
see
on
that either.
Click on your different like your outlays down at the bottom where your screen will show up, like where it puts all of us.
Uh-huh.
Click on those and see if it'll show up then.
Or look in brand if you don't see it there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
When you take the comment down, it might show it because it won't show our names with the comment up.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea how to take the comment down.
Just click another one and then click it right again.
Yeah, it'll say hide.
Yeah, or when you scroll up and down, it'll say hide current comment.
No, click it. Click that. There you go. There we go.
There it goes.
There we go.
So the names weren't up there before, Christy? Well, I think I've had a comment up there.
You've had a comment up the whole time.
Okay, so
you'll be teaching me by next week. Hell, I don't even know how to do half of this.
Yeah, the thing that
I got StreamYard 1 month after it came out, like 4 years ago.
Oh, so you know it pretty well, huh?
Hi,
Brandy, Neil.
They keep coming out with the next top tier of membership, and I'm like, my gosh, how high is this going to go?
What is the top tier?
Like
I think it's $30, isn't it? Because
No, the one I did have, I had to drop down a tier, was $45 a month, and that wasn't even the highest one.
That's getting Molly territory.
Yeah.
When I got it, it was on a beta. You couldn't even pay for it yet.
Wow.
Well, that's a lot.
They're making the money now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
it is pretty easy to use, though. I think it's fairly.
Wait. What are you talking about? Membership levels?
No.
The StreamYard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant membership levels. I didn't know you were talking about
for your to pay for the StreamYard service.
Yeah, they jack you everywhere.
I think
I paid
100 is the most,
you
or
pay
125
extra to get rid of the little StreamYard logo.
Yeah.
I think in fact, I only know it. Whatever I have is $30 because I happen to just be looking at my my card and I saw that it came out, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm paying $30 for that."
Like you can only have 10 people on with the $30 plan, but you get the higher one. You can have more people up. Different options.
I
Different.
can't imagine having that many people on a panel and being able to.
10.
God
Wow.
Almighty.
I'm
Yeah.
looking it up right now. I've got mine up on another tab. Let's see. So if I go to change plan, so mine right now is $25 a month. They have the basic 25, professional $49 a month, then premium $99 a month, and
Yep.
then the growth
What?
the growth
125.
plan, not $299.
Whoa.
For
The
what?
growth
Oh, I
plan.
guess that's for people who have millions of subs, but they don't use that. What's the one that's, what is it? OBS? Is that the one that the real like?
I don't like OBS. It's tough to use for me.
It
I
is
was
hard.
gonna say, my God, that's not for.
Yeah, that's way
me.
over my pay grade.
I need picture. I need cartoons
Yeah.
that go next to my
Flash card.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
OBS
one
is
seems
not for
fine
us,
for
girl.
now.
So this one that says push this growth one is $299 a month. It says
Damn.
simply pick a previous StreamYard recording or upload a video, select the time and destinations, then sit back and watch the stream go live without you. Great if you have a high stakes stream, no missteps, are nervous to go live,
It better
or if
star
you
in it.
That's
For
Premiere.
That's what
$2.99 a month, it better star in it.
exactly, and then it says then you have access to Green Room. The best way to manage guests for important streams. The Green Room is waiting area for guests to prepare with hosts and
Did they put
producers.
Oh
swag?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
bullshit.
like,
That's for like a business
Did they
type
put
thing.
swag in the green room? Like, do they have M&Ms and Grey Goose and
yeah,
you
Hell
know,
yeah,
White Claw back there?
that's Joe Rogan shit right there.
I got the $100 one.
Yeah, and this is good for me right now. I mean, I'd like to get rid of the powered by, but that costs you
You can take
25
that
bucks.
down
They get that.
in brand. You can take that down when you go over
Oh,
to
that's
brand.
right. Yep.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, that's and upload your own logo.
Oh, I have to upload mine. And I'll tell you, God, I lost comments again. I'll tell you that when I'm clipping people, a lot of people don't put their brand anywhere on the page. And then I have to go back and put, because I want to make sure that your name's on it.
Oh yeah, I've noticed.
It's a
that.
lot easier for us if you put your brand up.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't put it on, you don't gotta.
Accidentally did it.
You did what? You
I
accidentally.
did it, but it was an accident. It wasn't. It's not like I was trying to do it. It just was. You know, what do they call that? Like a serendipity.
Serendipity.
Yeah.
Serendipitous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I go back, Boston, because, you know, even people I don't care for, I'll put their name on it.
Ah.
Oh, because
Gotcha.
it's their stuff. I mean, it's obvious when it's Bullhorn
Respectful.
Betty, but I still put her name on it.
Is Queen Bee still in here?
No, well, I don't know if she's in the chat.
No, she might be the chat. She's going live in 8 minutes.
I
8
just
minutes.
asked
Okay,
her.
that's a.
Oh, I mean, is that the members only?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a
I
pro
need to go
bono lawyer.
join.
Tell her I
I'm gonna
just
go do
saw
that. I
her.
just wanted to come say hi. I'll see you. I'll see you over there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did anybody
have
take you, like, even take you out on a date for dinner before you gave them your cherry?
Queen
Thank you,
Bee's
Barbara.
done it twice now.
She took your StreamYard virgin. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yup, there you go. Well, it seems only fitting.
I conspire with her. So
What were you saying,
we have
Cam? No, I think you were about to say something.
I just said thank you to pro bono lawyer. That comment there.
Oh,
Yeah, like there was, but we did really try to help Candace, Dawn, and Candace, and you know got to the point where they were trying to use us to come do their like work on the house, and so I said that's not what I'm in this for. You know that you can that's great. You need to fix up your house, and I'm the kind of person sometimes I'm too nice to say no, so I did it a few times. I went up there and tried to help them.
yeah.
And, you know, but then it got to where she was like, Candace was getting mad if people couldn't make it. And I'm like, look, you're not our boss. You know, I don't work for you.
Oh, God,
I got to have a life.
yeah.
you're doing it out of good faith.
I
Yeah.
feel, you know, I can't imagine, and we're all raised differently, but being up there away from practically anyone except, Fred Hill and Jody Sue, and having 4 kids you're raising in a 600 square foot house, and then you've got Dawn, that's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
just washing clothes alone would be, in that smallest space.
A task.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it is, but, and I
I'll
don't
tell
think
you this
Candace
much.
is one to. Go ahead.
Even though their house looked that way, she was like, here, some of the boys' old clothes, because she knew that our kids were younger.
Uh-huh.
She said they were nice clothes, name brand clothes that she had, and she had washed them, and they smelled good. They were really clean. She had them folded, and I was like, I can't take those, Candace. I don't, but she was constantly always trying to help with something like that.
Oh.
And I was like, one thing that I argued, yes, the house was not perfect, but that was willed to Don. The house was willed to him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is old, and it used to have a trailer connected to it as part of the house, like a single wide trailer.
Wow.
Yeah, Don built the basement for it. He's the one that built that and put it on it. So people are like, oh, he made enough money that he could have, they could have probably fixed it up better, but he did build and put a basement on it.
And they put the stairs in now, right? They have the stairs going down to the dungeon.
Yeah. I'm the one who tore that bar out and threw it out against Don's wishes that went up under the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got pissed. He's like, I liked that bar. What the hell?
I heard people complaining about like the way the kids run around with no shoes and this and that. I'm the oldest of 3 boys.
Oh, we never wore shoes.
Never running around, no shoes, no shirt on. You know what I mean? Just.
And we walk through the woods.
Yeah, and I hear people all the time like, oh, they never wore shoes. You know how she cut Candace's hair,
and they were dirty. Okay.
Yeah, like she probably cut her hair because her brothers. You know what I mean? She wanted to be like her brothers, and you know what I mean. I've heard that as well. And I would, if I was a younger, my younger brother, who's no longer with us, but he used to copy me. Anything I did.
Yeah.
Everything I did.
Yeah. Yeah, and her and Summer seemed to be very active, like constantly moving. Yep. So a child like that wants to be barefoot. I used to take my shirt off all the time. Like couldn't stand to have anything on and run around in the woods. And you're not going to comb her hair and expect her to be clean in her hair, especially out there. It's not like you're expecting anybody to judge you for it,
Well, she seemed like a tomboy to me with older brothers. My mother was the youngest of 4 with 3 older brothers, and I could show you pictures of her, like the hair that she used to have, and you'd be like, "Why did her hair cut like?" Because she wanted it that way.
Yeah, we weren't all born to, Go ahead, Jim.
Well, Dawn has said multiple times that the boys had walkie-talkies.
Yeah, I heard that.
And that probably means that they went pretty far. He had a lot of property out there, and it's hard for me to believe that Summer probably wasn't with them most of the time.
And weren't they playing out there in the middle where the tree trimmers had cleared like that day? Yeah. And I've always had a weird feeling about them too, because just recently I heard they were able to drive their own vehicles out there.
They were, and one of them went home early that day at 3:00. Because the tree trimmers were still out there at 7 p.m. that night, and one of them went home sick that day. I've known about this since the beginning, and I've always felt weird about it. They were really they were just like eliminated very quickly, and there was not just one tree company out there. It's a job that the power company bidded out to clear the power lines. So there's multiple tree companies out there.
And so we wonder if any of the vehicles were like the truck they were looking for.
I don't know. See, that's what about the blue van that Grandma saw when they pulled in? What was that?
Yeah.
They've said that it was that guy named Elvis or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, the tree trimmers, it's always been weird to me because that would be that's the kind of job don't, no offense to any felons, but you get outside jobs where you're not working inside, and a lot of construction work, tree trimming, stuff like that. And
They
I'm
don't
not
run
saying,
background checks.
yeah, they don't really do a background check. And so that, and the fact they were out there playing, then when Candace told her to go inside, maybe she wanted to play more. She just seemed to me like she ran all the time. Like she didn't walk much. She just ran everywhere she went.
Yeah. I've
You
had
know,
a
and I could
theory
see
too. Go ahead.
about
Sorry.
about the tree trimmers.
Well, they got home at around 3 o'clock, 3:09, right? So, what if Summer got out of the truck and went to play and was outside playing, and Candace, I don't think she's a helicopter mom. I know,
Yeah,
I
not
can't
much.
get behind that. What if she was just out playing like they normally do, and they really, they live out there, and they think, most people think we're out here in the sticks, they can go play and climb trees. What if she went out playing? What if she went missing way earlier than 6 because she was out
Oh
playing?
yeah, I think she went missing way before 6, right?
Yeah.
It was.
Well, Candace says that they reported her being missing right at 6. That's when they noticed. And
That's when they noticed.
Candace, she said that at 6 o'clock she was just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. She's done
Right.
stuck with that 2 minute story the whole time.
But I thought that she was way earlier. But I know Granda said she took a nap.
Yeah.
So where was Okay. Then the thing with Dawn talking to Nana's, I can't remember the name of it. Nana's Angels. And he said they went on the roof like the night before or something.
The roof?
Yeah. He said, Summer was saying, Daddy, can I go on the roof? And
that's the first I've ever heard
really?
of.
Yeah. It's kind of at the end of that interview. And it was really a good interview, except he said a couple of things that just came out of left field. And that was one of them. So he let them go up there. And I get that too, because, when you're out there, you got to be creative, things you do.
Yeah.
And that they had gone up there and he said, just stay in the middle, that they used to go up and just, again, I get this, look at the stars or whatever late at night, and they, go up there and sit.
Wow.
But he brought that up and I thought, brand new, did she know how to get up the ladder by herself? But yeah,
that's weird. I've never heard that. That is insane.
Yeah. And then his timeline was way off. Like, she asked, what time did you talk to Candace? And I think he said 3:30.
That's crazy. You both didn't. Well, Cam didn't know that there's more stuff.
Yeah.
The roof just came out of nowhere. I mean,
yeah, I've never heard that, and I've talked to him about this so many times.
Yeah, I'll send you the clip. But
that is crazy.
But
she did act like it was a matter of minutes. That's what somebody said.
Yes, she said. I remember clearly what she said the first time was they came home, they got the groceries out, the boys came out and helped, and then Granda's, they wanted to plant those flowers or cactus or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she walked Summer over, told her to go in, told the boys, I don't know if they're telling the boys to watch her, came later, but sent her inside, went and helped her with the brace. Grant, I know that's offensive to her, but
Grandma
had to help her with her brace. She went back, and then that's when she discovered, she said, where is Summer? And went down and she was nowhere. I mean, that was her first interview. And she also told that to the Register, Tribune, that very first interview. Yeah, it's what she said then too. Then Grandis took a nap, and then she walked outside and she was looking around, and Candace was over there. I forget what she said, that's when she did the brace. Remember that? That's not been that long ago when they interviewed Grandma and that came up.
Yeah, and she says that's where the nap thing comes out. And she says, I think it was down there at the horse stable. She's not, people jumped all over that like that was a big thing because she said, I think it was down there. But, I mean, she I'm sure she didn't know the name of it, and she was like, "Well, I guess they call it down there at the horse stables." The
Yeah,
horse.
that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a big deal either.
But the big deal I thought was not
The
even
nap.
that she brought up that she took a nap, because they didn't, go minute by minute what they did the entire day.
Yeah.
Just that, well, if you took a nap, it had to be, was that before she helped you with the brace or after she helped you with the brace? Because when Candace told it, it was kind of all right there at the same time.
Yeah, and she says I went to the edge of the hill and
Yeah.
started yelling because the boys went down there.
Right. She sent the boys down there, which I guess you would just be looking for her at first, not thinking somebody grabbed her.
Then you got to think about the dispatch call. This is what's weird to me, and this has been my opinion why they haven't released the other side of it, is because what we hear on the dispatch is the dispatch officer tells the dispatch tells the officer that there's a missing child down in Beach Creek, and that the mom went on a
walk.
Yeah, on a walk, and then it's from the officer. He says a run. And yeah, it switches, like the whole thing switches just in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and I could see that. She, it's such an emergency situation, and Candace could have said, "I'm walking," looking, walking, mentioned walking or whatever. But the run, I just heard that the other night. I hadn't heard that before. Yeah, Candace was running. I'm like, no, she wasn't.
Yeah, that's like she's not going to go on a run. And with Don's, there's wild dogs out here and bears, and there is bears, because that's the day before the neighbor Gorley's, where I was talking earlier. They posted a picture of a adolescent bear that was in her yard on the 14th, but I can't get behind that either,
because there'd be some kind of evidence. Yeah. There'd be something, drag marks.
The wild dog thing is basically what Don had at his house. Those dogs were dropped off out there,
right?
And he fed them, and they stayed. People cannot believe that those dogs were. I've talked to all the neighbors that's down. Those dogs are at my house this day. That house that day.
Yeah, we lived in the country. People used to drop their dogs off, and we named a new dog every other week. Get run over in the.
So you guys are telling me that they're trying to say like all the the wild dogs could have attacked her or something like that? Is that what people are going?
No, a lot of people are saying that the dogs would have barked if somebody would have came up there. But the dogs, when Don said they weren't there, it's
very
probably true that they weren't there. I've been up there a few times when they're not there.
Yeah, they go in packs together. Yeah.
The only dogs that were there when me and Allie first went was a mommy dog that was up under the house and her pups. And they didn't even bark at us.
Now, they're wild dogs. They're not going to just bark like that. You know what I mean? If they're not like, when I say intimate with the owner, you know what I mean?
Right. And see, that's the thing is, and I just thought of this, but if the owner's not there, then they don't, like my dog won't bark. People can walk in my house if I'm not here, and the dog will lay on the couch. But if I'm here, she loses her mind. And I think it's a protective thing. So maybe if, no one's there, the dogs know it and they don't bark.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dogs, whoever walks in, no matter what, they bark and then they see who it is and they stop.
But you're there.
Exactly. They're here all day long. And they're like looking forward to see when they bark. It's a happy bark. Oh, someone's here. You know what I mean? So they know the people and whatnot.
But I've had people come to work and they'll come to work on something. They'll say, no, she didn't bark at all. But if I'm here, she loses her rabbit ass mind.
Right. And see that there's a bit like we did a interview with WJHL where we're walking down Ben Hill Road and the dogs are all in the road, like trying to get to the cameraman because the cameraman said dogs don't like it when you point stuff at them. And they were, I guess, just trying that big ass camera. That made them uncomfortable. But they were on Ben Hill Road that day, and they took off towards the pond, towards Jody Sue's property. All of them, a bunch of them.
Yeah, they run in packs like that when they're like feral.
That's why I couldn't stand. People are like they dismiss. And another thing is there's a group or somebody that was with Hills Hills on the Ground that said that there's no way I've been out there that somebody could have got up there on that property, got her, and got back out dead. Ben Hill's a dead end road. If they would have watched, there's trails that go straight to Beach Creek where you would never have to even touch Ben Hill. And that's the problem. Trails that Don said he used to be able to drive his truck up and down from the lower property. There's
Yeah.
multiple ways to get up there. And
Yeah, but it doesn't fit a narrative.
yeah.
It didn't fit Chris McDonough's narrative, the Hills on the Ground that went up there, because
That guy.
they were obsessed with the dogs,
Yeah.
and so was Chris. But when you read the same Tribune article that I can't remember, Rogersville, I think Tribune,
Yeah.
that reporter went up and said there were like 4 dogs when she showed up, not like 12 or 20 or whatever they were saying, and that they were very nice.
Yeah, when Betty said there was 23 dogs up there,
Yeah.
whatever she said.
Yeah, it's all, oh my God.
You got Justin Justin from Justice for All. He's out there. He had a fur coat on while he was out
He
there.
did.
Yes, I was like, come on, y'all.
The funniest was when Betty was going, now how would no one hear? And she's walking in the leaves and they're crunching. She goes, how would you not hear that? And JLR says, well, it was summer. It wasn't winter. Like when all the leaves have fallen and she just looks at him and goes, oh, okay. Yeah, he had a new theory. Oh my God.
Didn't Justin do a stream real quick? Didn't he do a stream and he was comparing? Well, I don't even know if he knew it was the enhanced photo of her. And he's like, well, this photo that Candace showed just doesn't look like her.
Oh my God, yes.
That was the enhanced photo from a 2 year, 3 or 4 photo that they made. And did he not even know that?
It's been everywhere. It's the one of her at Christmas with her hair. Like,
yeah. My honest opinion. Well, they did put that out first on the.
Yeah, Justin acts like it's her older. Like somebody found a picture of her.
A picture.
God.
Yeah,
that's what he did. Yeah, he found a picture, and he's sitting there and like, it's just
so
the teeth, the chin. Like, did he not know that was a?
Probably not. Probably
she was
not.
like 3 or 4, maybe 4 there.
4, yeah.
And my opinion was on this advanced photo that they released, the one that I honestly think Summer is a lot. It didn't give her justice to how pretty that little girl is.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
And I didn't think it looked like her. And I think that they took a picture of Candace and a picture of Dawn, and that's what they do. And they put them together to make them look like when they age progress.
Right, but there is a time. I mean, there is a time, and I know we all think our kids were cute the whole way through.
Yeah,
but they get awkward.
They do.
Yeah, there's kind of an awkward time.
I remember my awkward time.
Yeah, and they come and go. But the cutest are when they're like 3, 4, 2. But yeah, there's kind of an awkward time that comes. But I still thought she looked pretty. I just think she looked a lot like Candace, but
I just didn't think it gave her justice. Like her.
Yeah, they're just
I
trying.
don't know. There was an age progression that was put out by somebody that drew it on Facebook or something that I have. That was. Did you all ever see that one?
Was that the one done by what's her name? I can't think of her name, but she's been around a long time.
It was so good.
Yeah,
I thought that one was more accurate, but I don't know. It could be, and I'm glad they did something.
Yeah, they do.
Perfectly Imperfect said they do it. Images are created using images of parents, siblings around the same age to create the best image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want something to be. There was a search from the 13-day search from the 15th to the 28th. I do have a problem with that too, because they didn't set up a roadblock for 3 days, like an actual roadblock.
3 days
for stopping and talking to. They put on, like, they had Ben Hill blocked off where no one in, no one out on the 15th for searchers. Now, it says I have the news report where they said that they set up a roadblock 3 days later where they were stopping everybody, asking them if they had seen her, where they were, all that. That was 3 days later. They had a cop sitting at the Sullivan County line on the 15th, but on the 18th, they're actually stopping people. They're not stopping people on the 15th, because at that point they think that she just wandered off. But then card team sets one up on the 18th, and FBI is asking everybody questions. I'm like,
Yeah.
why 3 days? And that's why I had a problem with the card team coming in so late, because they can be there on day one.
And it seems like well, who listens to Chris McDonough, but I
Jules,
thought
I gotta drop
it
down.
said they were. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna drop down. Thank you so much for having me on your first
Thanks,
live. It was
Austin.
freaking
You're
awesome.
going over to Queens, aren't you?
Yeah, the membership one starts in
Yeah,
1 minute.
I'm going to go too.
I'm gonna go leave too in a minute.
Cam, it was great. Thank you for coming up.
It was
I just wanted
nice
to
speaking to
show
you.
support. Yeah, it's nice meeting you too, brother.
Yeah,
And
thank you. It's nice having a conversation that's not insane about.
yeah, it was fun, and I didn't mean to come up here, and I just wanted to congratulate you. But thank you for letting me come
Thank
up.
you. All right, thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.
Later, King.
Bye.
Bye, Heels. I'll see you over there.
I'll be over there in a minute.
All right. Awesome first live. You kicked ass.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for
See you in a
coming
little
up.
bit.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Okay, everybody, let's go over to Queens. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And let me check real quick. Yep. Okay, thank you for everyone that's let me go. And I'll send you hearts if I can figure it out. But thank you so much. And I had fun. And thank you for being here. And I can't see what anybody's saying because my comments will not cooperate. Okay, love you guys. Thank you. Bye.